One enemy remaining. Clutch. 30 seconds left. One enemy remaining. Flawless. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. Clutch. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. Spike down A. Spike down A. Spike down. One enemy remaining. 30 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Valorant Challengers League Malaysia Singapore 2024. My name is Gordon, and joined with me for the day is, of course, none other than FaZe himself. We're here, second last day of the tournament, and we're in for a treat. Best of 5, lower finals, DSG versus ORGLESS. FaZe, how are you feeling about that?
Oh man, I am feeling good. You know, these guys on the edge, they're backed into the corner and they have to fight their way to just get to that grand finals, that top spot, man. And you know who's waiting in the grand finals? Lays, who just went on a spectacular streak up against the likes of ORGLESS, who we will be watching today. And we just need to see if ORGLESS can bring back that form. But at the same time, I don't know, Lays was just a different team yesterday. They were just popping the heck off.
Yeah, Liz looked like an incredible opponent yesterday, but this is a quick recap of the tournament format, right? We had the Challengers qualifiers early on in the year. We went over to the group stage where we found ORGLESS on top, right? With a flawless streak in the group stage. Coming into the playoffs, they faced their first defeat in the form of Lays. And as you mentioned, Lays sitting in that grand finals. Today, they will be watching the lower finals with us as well. We will have to crown our second place team, or at least our top 2 place team. And it's got to be either ORGLESS or DSG. And I think both of these teams, I don't think anyone's surprised that these two teams are here. A lot of expectations on DSG, of course, as we know. Big name, big org, and big time players as well. But ORGLESS, hey, even though they don't essentially have an org right now, they are on that top quality caliber as well. They can really take it to the DSG, and it's a toss-up, right? In this best of 5, it really comes down to who has the better map pool. 5 maps, not gonna be easy, but we're here to witness it.
Yeah, definitely. That's the hard thing about this best of 5 series. You know, you go through this crazy journey to get yourself here. I mean, okay, speaking of the journey, let's just have a look what happened here. You know, we got, unfortunately, Lays, you know, just steamrolling everybody here through the playoffs. Just disgusting plays going all around. They are on top quality form. They are just, I don't know. Just watching them yesterday, I was speechless because they took down ORGLESS 13-4 and 13-5. You know, ORGLESS, they were able to take down ENG, but unfortunately they did get taken down by Lays themselves. And, you know, DSG, they had a rough journey. During the group stage, it didn't go so well, but once they hit the playoffs, they kind of started getting the ball rolling. They started kicking it into sports mode. They're kind of growing together as a team. They were able to take down PDF. Yesterday, we saw them take down Nexka 2-0, you know, having that revenge series against them. Nexka was a team that took down DSG in the group stage, but they were able to bring it back on the same maps, you know, and it showed that they have been working on their teams. They have been working together, and they're just slowly kind of coming out of their shell of a new team. You know that it takes time to be good, and they're really improving along the way throughout this VCT Split 1.
Yeah, and well, DSG will need to pull out all the stops, right? Here it's a best of 5. It's not going to be an easy road. It's not going to be a fast road. It's as what a lot of people say, right? It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And I think DSG, if they can keep up the front from yesterday, we saw moments of brilliance, right? Wayne popping off. He got an ace on Icebox. We had Bryce come out with clutches, spray downs against the Spike as well. We saw Juicy popping off. He had a lot of impact rounds as well. Every single player, finding moments of glory in that matchup against next guy. And I think today, more so than yesterday, they need the individuals to really shine. They need to set up your teammates and, put them up on, set them up and send their team up for that kind of success. And speaking about setting your team up for success, let's take a look at our lineups for today. Got Dizzy, Grumble, Flaring, Redco, and Vera. On the top, we finally unlocked Grumble, by the way.
Ooh, there
got his
he
picture
is.
on the screen. And of course, I think we are all very familiar with the DSG squad as well. Bryce, Wade, JH, Juicy, as well as Riza. 2 Titans gonna be clashing here today, and not sure who's gonna be coming out on top.
Yeah, definitely. It could be anyone's game at this point. Like you said, a marathon, not a sprint, not a race. They have to pace themselves throughout this best of 5. If you're like me, you can play good 2, 3, 4, like 1 or 2 games, and then the next 3 games you play, you're gassed out. You can't shoot. You have your aim only for the first 2 games. So these guys really have to work on that. They've got to work on their mentality. Maybe losing the first 2 games is really going to put a big tilt in you, but that's something you can grow out of. That's something you can work on during the break, with your team. You get that motivation going, and you just come back even harder for the next few maps. These guys, they've got a world of hurt, challenge, and just a crazy game against them here today to make it to the grand finals. And I hope they give it their all, because that's what they're gonna need. They have to bring their A game today.
Yeah, and I think both of these teams, very competitive. We know how, experienced they both are in VCT, going on to Ascension for some of these players as well. But something that we want to highlight for you guys, right, is the head-to-head. We have 2 very proficient duelists on either team. Vera on ORGLESS, Juicy on Disguised. Look, you can take a look at the stats right here. ACS well over the 200s for both of them. 1.6 KD for Vera, 1.5 for Juicy, 19 average kills for Vera, 16 for Juicy. Headshot rate about the same, and KST also about the same, and most played agent gotta be raised. So both of these teams rocking what is arguably the best duelist in the game right now. It's got a lot of pressure on these 2 players, but they shine under that kind of pressure.
Definitely. You give these guys Jet, Raze, whatever, and they will just do amazing. Like Juicy, he's got the experience, but people sleep on Vera. This guy is just something else. He's previously was a stand-in for Fancy United, a Vietnamese VCT team that had the chance to actually go to Korea and participate in the Africa TV League. There were teams like EDG, Team Liquid, Sentinels, DRX, T1, Paper X. That's the kind of caliber players, teams that Vera has gone through and played against. And, they did lose 2-0 to Team Liquid, but, lost 2-1 to EDG. But that experience you bring into the team is massive.
Yeah, it's really cool to see Vera having that kind of opportunities, and he is really a tier 1 caliber of a duelist. And this head-to-head is so interesting to me because the styles of duelists that they play, right, the structure that they are in within the team I feel is slightly different, right? As I mentioned yesterday, Juicy is becoming more of a structured team player. He's more in tune with his team. He's very much disciplined this year around as compared to last year. And Vera, though, I feel like he has a lot more liberties to go for aggressive plays, to go for very daring plays. And speaking of daring plays, this is our amazing map pool. Okay, so DSG banning that Sunset, August banning the Icebox. Interesting. We're going to go on Ascent first. Picked by DSG. Split being picked by ORGLESS. Lotus being picked by DSG, Breeze picked by ORGLESS, Bayern will be the decider. Which is, FaZe, what do you think of this? I think Ascent is pretty interesting, right? Because ORGLESS, likes to ban out the Ascent, but this time they choose to ban out Icebox, and DSG instantly pick into that Ascent.
Yeah, definitely. ORGLESS is usually insta-banning this Ascent. And I think after watching the way DSG kind of played yesterday, how they were able to kind of play together as a team, they realized, okay, maybe Icebox should be banned out. That was a good call by ORGLESS, and I think it just shows that they're sort of respecting DSG here.
Yeah, pretty cool to see. I mean, obviously, it's going to be a best of 5, right? So you're going to get 5 out of the 7 maps. Sunset being banned out is actually pretty interesting by DSG. I think it is one of ORGLESS's stronger maps as well. So banning out that Sunset, which is actually an 86% win rate for ORGLESS, is actually really important for DSG. And Icebox being taken out as well. ORGLESS don't really play that map, so understandably going to be banned out as well. But Ascent is going to be an interesting first map because we have 0 match histories of ORGLESS playing on this map. Like there's no data whatsoever for this entire year for ORGLESS. Meanwhile, for DSG, Ascent's been playing 6 times, right? There's a little bit of odds available, and I'm sure in a best of 5, ORGLESS is going to do their homework. They're gonna figure out how DSG wants to play, and I think Ascent is a map, right, where we don't see too much Asian diversification. ORGLESS definitely have a chance to show something interesting here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, ORGLESS, they're in for a treat here. This looks like it will go the way of DSG, just in terms of the stats. But these guys, you can't count them out. You got players like Dizzy, Vera, Flaring, Redco, just genius IGL, who's also able to carry at times. If everyone can synchronize together, play well as a team, then there should not be an issue. That's the kind of caliber team these guys are. DSG, we've seen a lot of Ascent here for them. We love to see the Riza Odin holding down that B side. He's just one of those players who's able to hard carry here. And with the rest of the squad backing him up, with Juicy starting to play together as a team, starting to pop off, everyone's starting to synchronize together. Oh, it's going to be very hard here for ORGLESS, but it is a best of 5 anyway. You're going to have a map that's not going to go in your favor, and you're just going to have to get over it. Move on to the next game, do better as a team.
Yeah, it's like they say, GG, go next. Got to focus on what's ahead, not what's behind you. And it's got to be important for this one. Best of 5, it really tests your map pool. Like, you cannot really hide anything. And every single map has so much weight to it, right? Each of these teams trying to exploit each other's weaknesses. ORGLESS with Coach Juvenile disguised with Coach Alex. Both of them probably doing extensive research into each other's strategies. Got to figure out which map is the best and most ideal. And Ascent is something that I did not expect to be the first.
Definitely
but it's
not.
A pleasant surprise. It's a very pleasant surprise coming in. And it's gotta be interesting to see how DSG want to approach this, right? They have a little bit of odds, but you're going into the unknown. There's no data on ORGLESS at all. How do they play? Do you go back and watch last year's VODs on how Ritko likes to organize his team? Or do you just go in with, focus on just your game, right? We're just gonna play our game, play how we used to do it, and, expect to be, weighing out in that fashion. But another thing, FaZe, look at the Asian comps. It's pretty different for ORGLESS, right? It's not a typical Ascent comp we're gonna see.
These, I mean, Vera should be having so much assistance here, especially with the breach and the... Okay, these guys are already just starting things off hot, man. Just pushing up towards main, taking control. But Riza and Wayne completely ready. The fault line came in. It did hit a couple of players, but they were just so aware of that push. Aggression is the name of the game here for ORGLESS. With that breach fault line, with that flash, you've got so much utility to help Vera get into these tough spots, to get into these favorable fights and win it out. And unfortunately, just starting things off in that first round just did not go his way. Good shot there coming in from Grumble. Beautiful one tap, looking for the second, and takes down Juicy as well. And 1 by 1, DSG, their numbers are slowly starting to thin. And look at the map control Grumble has gained. On the other side here, DSG slowly walking on towards this A site, just fully playing contact. Does not want to allow anybody to get them spotted here. Door will be
They're gonna-
closed. This is a good lurk.
Riza. Yeah.
Oh, but look at where
idea.
everyone else is.
Yeah, Wayne's in trouble. So many players around
Enemy
him.
remaining.
Reveals the position. Grumble coming in from the flank, and so does Riza. Makes his
Big
presence known from
deal.
the heavens. 1 versus 1. Initiator versus Initiator. Spike planted in an awkward position for Grumble. He has to find the best angle. Shocker comes through, but it's not going to be the case. He's sticking it all the way through.
Oh my.
But Riza comes in and just stops it right at the last second. But actually, ORGLESS is going to be the one that pulls away with the defuse.
Just milliseconds off. Riza was able to get the headshot, but that extra 1-2 bullets to get that headshot costed them the round. Such a close round. That could have gone either way, honestly. I mean, it looked like a bit of a misplay where when Wayne planted the spike and left Riza to go towards A short, but it was a nice lurk there from Riza. He was able to take down 2. But in the end, that final position where the spike was planted, it wasn't exactly the best position for Heaven. But DSG just did not expect the player to be coming in from A main and 2 players from Heaven. So a tough hold there for the post plant. But you know what?
Lotus
They got the
stick.
spike down, and they're able to kind of bolster up their little bit of extra money here for the next few rounds. So not too bad here for DSG.
Well, just gonna be pretty standard eco round. Actually, we can take this time to really kind of talk about the controllers, right? You got that Viper. You can see the wall right now is being placed down towards this B side and mid. Covers a lot of ground. And Redco, we saw him standing on top of the bind tube before, right? Just standing his ground. ADS, waiting for them to come through. Juicy finds a nice frag onto Grumble, but they still have to get past the raid boss off the B side. Walking through the decay of his Viper wall, and Redco will collect his frags. Bryce, lucky to find 1, and Vera will find his head in return. 2 rounds now to ORGLESS.
Yeah, not too bad. This is going to be the bonus round here for ORGLESS. And just speaking of that Viper's wall that you mentioned from Redco, you know, it covers B main, the Arch's mid, alongside A short. You know, that is just one utility covering 3 different spots at a single push of a button. You know, map control not going to be easy for DSG to take, but
Here.
you know, that leaves gaps in their defense. You know, ORGLESS, they don't have a full-on they don't have a sentinel at all. So if DSG can play it slow, they can find the opening spaces, you know, then they might be able to do something. Vera, disgusting shot there on towards Juicy. He does spot a little bit of extra players there shooting towards short, but he will be able to get out of there alive. Wow, good shots there. Great hold. That could have been anyone's kill. 5 HP left on towards Grumble, and they're slowly just thinning down the numbers.
Spike is lost towards mid. Vera spots out a jumping Bryce, but they don't have the spike. They have to go on a mission to go and retrieve it back. Grumble is still being a nuisance here on barely any HP, but just lobbing out all of his utility. Smoke has to be committed for. Riza will pick up that spike, but with so many players lost, DSG. What is the call? All 3 players here towards mid, as ORGLESS has taken control over B main and A main. They have so much information. They know where they're going to be coming from. Redco,
Classic.
a classic. It's a stinger in his hand, but it opts to use this,
Charges left.
the secondary. Wayne in a 1 versus 5. The jumping peak from Vera with the up. Gets shot down. Don't want to feed the
30 seconds
beast.
left.
We know how good Wayne is. We saw him with that ace yesterday. Redco still
Wow.
gonna push him regardless. Redco being, you know, played with Wayne before under his guidance, so maybe, you know, trying to assert a little bit of dominance. We know that Redco likes to call Wayne his son, his boy. And yeah, 3 rounds, a bonus going in the way of ORGLESS.
Yeah, that is just crazy. A great round. You're able to get kills middle, 2 kills middle. You know, they had the numbers advantage. They had the spike drop middle, but they knew that, you know, 5v3, you don't necessarily have to contest. If they want to, they can make their way on towards site. We can just hold these choke points and, you know, win out these fights. And we saw Redco with the classic from Switch. He's just able to get the double dink on towards one of the players middle. Just easy pickings here. They're playing it so well. And DSG have just yet to find an answer.
Oh, DSG. Not winning out that previous round was a big hit The economy. Grumble finds one of the players from A main.
Wow.
Flaring
Spike
chimes
down
in
A.
as well. And this A split gets cut in half. Spike is lost towards A main. And Dizzy just standing his ground. You don't typically see Dizzy on this initiator on a breach, but he's making
done.
things happen. But
God.
so is Wayne. Finds himself a Vandal. Put into an impossible clutch yet again. Crossfire is perfect and so are the shots. Wow, flaring.
Yeah, ORGLESS
Jiggle tap.
looking very good here today. Yesterday, maybe they weren't having the best of days, and that's the thing. You know, if you're not performing well as a team on one day, you can easily just get taken out. We saw the scoreline 13-3, 13-4, 13-5 against Lays, but this time around, ORGLESS, they had a good night's sleep. They had a good rest. Everybody seems to be hitting their shots, and they're just looking extra confident today.
Feels like you can never catch ORGLESS on 2 bad days in a row.
Find you.
Oh,
Right.
definitely not.
Yesterday might have been a bit of an off day, right? Losing against Lays in that kind of a fashion, but now they always kick back into full gear once they hit that realization. Like, guys, let's just lock in. Easy as that. Just turn on a switch. They're back in full form, fighting form. Dizzy. Great stun right
Ooh,
here.
I like
Might have to
this.
force Juicy back off this angle.
As soon as there's contact towards middle, because you can see Vera actually holding down the op,
Yeah.
he can go for the fault line, but Dizzy goes for the misplay, went for the peak instead. So smart there by Juicy just to hold things off. He doesn't exactly have to force things out. 2 kills away now, 2 points away from his ultimate. And look at this positioning. ORGLESS, they already have full main control, so they can definitely keep things a bit more focused towards that B site. Vera with a beautiful shot there on towards Riza. Overzealous scan there coming in by Riza himself, but now both players here from the ORGLESS side just trying to hold down the site as best as they could. They're able to take down
30 seconds
all
left.
the players, and it's a 1 versus 2. JH just stuck in towards the market. He's got the spike in his hands. So time is of the essence. 20 seconds left. He's just trying to find if there's any rats lingering, and he does manage to walk into him. But backwards, flaring, gets a beautiful shot there on towards JH, securing 5 rounds in a row here for ORGLESS.
DSG, you know, despite being able to find that opening frag on the Dizzy, they still managed to pull away with what is a relatively clean round, despite losing that first initial pick. The execute onto the side was a little bit lackluster. You had the Viper mollies coming in to delay the entrance. You had Vera popping off with the op as well. And then, you know, the follow-up, the second hit off the side was just not as strong as they would like. And perhaps, you know, it could be credited to the style and composition that ORGLESS have chosen, right? You have the Viper as well as the Breach, 2 agents that we don't really see too often. Of course, you have teams such as Loud bringing Viper back into popularity on this map, but it's not easy, right? It's not easy to just bring in a Viper and a Breach and make it work on Ascent. Gotta have a lot of protocols, and Ritko, very proficient in calling for his team, as well as Dizzy with the stuns, with the assists. And DSG right now, they gotta evaluate the options. The money not looking great. Do you want to commit to this? You get the Killjoy locked on, you have the Jet Knives, the Blade Storm. Go for something aggressive. Visa one of his ult as well.
I mean, it's looking tough. You know, we haven't seen much Ascent from ORGLESS, and I think I know why now. They just don't want to bring it until they're down in dumps when it all matters. You know, the best of 5. They're like, this is our secret technique. This is our secret weapon right here, Ascent. And it's clear that they've really been working on it. This is not an easy comp to work on. It takes time to build the confidence in each other, especially since you don't have a Sentinel to hold down the site. Vera getting very aggressive. He does spot out the bot. Wayne will step in, but they've already got full mid control here from the side of DSG, trying to get very aggressive in towards the spawn here. Dizzy has got to be very careful.
What's this? Oh, the wing goes down. That's B-bait, but Juicy comes alive when they need him. But the trade coming in as well from Dizzy from the back lines. Bryce has found an entry into the B side, and this weird situation, they finally find a little bit of access towards this B side, but it's still a 3 versus 3. Very much doable for ORGLESS. Nightfall being invested. Grumble tags up at least 2 players. That's information. They just need to find out where the last one is, but little do they know they're all stuck towards the back of the site.
Definitely. I mean, they just have sheriffs. They've got a single Vandal in the hands of Riza, but he's going to be using the Hunter's Tree to try to delay as much time as he can. Ooh, almost takes down Grumble, but Bryce is there to help things out. Fault line comes in. Can they make this work? And it's a 1 versus 2. Riza, the man himself, gets one shot, but the trade comes in instantly. Whoa, man. A difficult retake. Considering the amount of weapons that DSG had, you know, they were in with a single Vandal.
Yeah,
And they brought it down to a 1 versus 1.
Very much a low buy. The knives from Juicy helped open up the site and a couple of successful frags, but the problem for DSG right now are rounds, right? Yes, it was a close round, but the money is still looking absolutely fine for ORGLESS. They can still go for a couple more buys for the rest of this half. And DSG is still yet to get off that goose egg. 6-0 right now. ORGLESS running away with things, and they have 2 fantastic ultimates for this defensive side, a Viper's Pit and the Rolling Thunder if needed for perhaps a retake situation. Redco, they still really haven't figured out how to beat him. Him in this Viper's Pit, so proficient as well. And it's an early default towards this mid position. Vera getting control over A main, but DSG love to prod this mid position.
Definitely. This time, market door going to be closed instantly, and you can see Dizzy posted up in towards that B spawn. What a play there by Vera alongside Grumble. Getting distracted by the scan. Bryce was just taken out instantly by the aggressive peek, and look at this. B hit. Going to be coming in for the side of DSG, trying to get control of spawn, and Dizzy's able to hold it out. Spike is down in one of the worst possible places it could have been dropped. Oh my lord. Look at this, just so aware. Vera. No sentinel, there has to be a hole in the defense somewhere. Riza tried to get the perfect timing of it, it just did not work out in his favor. And DSG, once again, no answers.
It's a save, no. Wayne has nothing to do in this round. Yeah, I can see a bit of a sigh on his cam.
30 seconds left.
DSG, they tried to basically surround Redco's ult, right? They know that Redco, as the Viper's going to be playing within his pit, they try to go through mid. They tried, and I emphasize tried, to get a kill towards CT, but Dizzy just stands his ground, gets 2 kills in that situation, despite DSG actively trying to hunt him down. That is just heartbreaking to see. It was a nice try. It was the right call, but gotta hit those shots when it matters. And Wayne still being hunted down for 4 seconds left, and he will get found. Grumble, the final kill, and they bring in no rifles for the 8th round.
That's a tough one. It's a tough round, but you can see ORGLESS, their defense is just... Okay, this is a replay, ladies and gents, of what happened right here. Dizzy, just disgusting frag, bro.
It's correct for them to push, right? They need to find at least a little bit of contact. They need to eliminate 1 or 2 players before they commit towards the B side. I like that idea, but ORGLESS was so aware of it. There are 2 players watching that CT position. And again, down on eco, what can they muster? Mid-centric approach now from ORGLESS. 4 players here picking up the smoke.
Wow.
They do it together. The team play is immaculate. And they instantly react. They know it's going to be an A attack. The smoke comes through. Oh, the spray down from
Phantom
Larry
moment
with the Phantom. And that drops the spike. They need to run it back. They need to go and get it. And Redco is already coming up from the heavens. Riza left alone. Wayne on a fast flank around. But what can Riza do?
Okay.
2 kills. But that's all. It's going to be Wayne again. How many times have we seen him in an impossible clutch situation? Now on the backlines, they surely expect it coming around.
Oh.
Couple of whiff shots, and Wayne finds himself a weapon. Drops the lockdown as well. Dizzy looks like he wants to jump up towards heaven, and so does Redco, but choosing
He might
not
find
to.
a timing. Might get a timing here.
Isolates the duel, but Dizzy again. Finally
My goodness.
gets that frag just before the ult expires. Or who knows what might have happened if Wayne was able to slink away after the first kill. But if swats and maybes are not reality, it's 8-0.
I mean, the way ORGLESS is playing is so good. They're reading DSG so well. They've been giving DSG free mid control for what, 6-7 rounds in a row, basically. and the time where DSG leaves mid, they want to make their way towards a short instead. ORGLESS pull off a 4-man push towards middle. This time around, DSG.
Let's go A.
They've chosen the correct side. What do they have here?
Instantly give it over. No frags, no bodies found defending this. It's a full retake setup. Oh, and a brilliant ultimate pop by JH. It stops the Rolling Thunder and delays the retake for just a little bit longer. Allows the lurk of Wayne on Catwalk to perhaps find a little bit more success. But surely, they have to be aware. They need to disrupt this retake. If not, Dizzy has so much utility to absolutely flush them up. That's exactly what they need. Wayne, perfect frag. And here comes the execute. No Rolling Thunder, just want to run straight in. Dizzy up the shot, Grumble with the shots from up on heaven. And they all fall like flies. They don't even need to use them. Well, they don't even need to fluster and much. But Riza, thankfully so, finds 2 kills. But
Wow.
what is it all for? The defuse was being stuck. And Rico finds a kill regardless.
I mean, what can you do if you're Juicy in that situation? You know, you've got a fault line coming towards you, along with the Grumble's Prowler hitting towards you. You're stunned. You're flashed. There's aftershock clearing hell. You know, the utility usage from ORGLESS is just so perfect. And while all the utilities being thrown, they're also using the numbers to just waterfall out from heaven towards sight. So it's just almost impossible to hold that post plant.
Oh, if it didn't work the first time, maybe a second time would work. Another A execute. The scan is perfect. Finds onto Grumble. And Flarg at the back of the side drops a beautiful paranoia and a spam kill down onto Riza as well. Scratching their heads.
Gonna have to cancel that execution.
Yeah, they were hoping that ORGLESS didn't think that they was gonna do it a second time. But ORGLESS very much aware, very much prepared. They're using from the shadows to gain a little bit of information. Doesn't spot anyone, but little do they know, DSG still just waiting outside the A main.
Ooh, okay. They pull off from the shadows to check the back of B side, but look at Vera in the smoke with the shorty, just taking down Wayne. So unfortunate, and look at the double swing coming out. All the boys emerge from the smoke, and it's a 3 versus 2 on towards the side. This might be the first round here, but Dizzy is still available. He is live, and he's hitting the headshots. Of course, the man himself, he has to go down with taking one guy alongside with him. Redco now, 1 versus 2. IGL controller. He's got 2 snake bites to work with. Spike will go down. Does spot the head of Bryce here, so he's got information on where both these players are. Gets the 1v1s, but unfortunately Bryce will be able to get the trade, and DSG, they get their first round. Some signs of life. Oh, man.
Finally, they put a round on the board. That was, way too close for comfort. Not a clean round, but Bryce with just 6 HP pulls it over the line. A must-win round. I mean, safe to say they need to win out the last 2 rounds of this half to stand a chance in this map. And Grumble, with that Odin of his... Oh, sorry, this is not Grumble, this is Ritko. Assuming the initiator was going to be the one holding the Odin, but Ritko's going to be choosing to run this weapon around the corner, up and above. Man. Juicy gets taken down. The aftershock for additional delay. Ritko still chilling here alongside Dizzy to protect this B side. The nightfall comes through. Ritko still chilling. Finally gets shredded out by Riza, but the flood retakes here. Vera and Grumble both find frags, and Bryce left to load at a 1v3 clutch. Here's the spike around this corner. Spot it out. Take it out. Grumble, the final kill. A fast B take ends in disarray yet again. DSG. This fast pace has worked once, but it has only worked once.
Yeah, Dizzy is just so good with his utility. The way he's playing that breach is similar to, something of a Cypher. Your job as a Sentinel is kind of slow them down as much as you can. And that's exactly what he did. The flashes came out, the fault line, and the aftershock towards lane to just slow down DSG for as long as he could. He was even able to take down one before getting traded out towards stairs. But the way he plays that B side with Redco, they're so in sync. They're able to fall back on towards side, use utility to find picks, and just delay for the rest of the ORGLESS team to come in for that retake. But nonetheless, all 5 players now from DSG grouped up towards main. What can they do here?
Oh, it's a full-on execute. Juicy with the nice finds flaring, but Dizzy comes in from the heavens. The flood retake is perfect for ORGLESS. They will not let their brethren get killed without a trade frag at the very least. Vera's out in heaven as well.
Oh,
the flick shot comes
Lord.
through and the line will kill. Both of them would have gotten it regardless. Grumble and Dizzy. Both putting up insane impact. Safe to say Vera's off is a menace to deal with. They cannot find an answer. And an extremely dominant half coming in from ORGLESS.
11-1. Not exactly what you expected at all. ORGLESS all smiles on their faces. They're feeling great. The momentum is on their side here. All they need is another 2 rounds to secure that first map. I mean, their defense was just spectacular, especially Vera being able to get picks with the op before even getting taken out or traded out. He's always good for 1 or 2. Dizzy's there, and Dizzy is just one of the star players who's just always able to get at least 2 kills before getting traded out. You know, this guy is a menace. Just putting full-on roadblocks to DSG's offense. But, you know, the sides are switched. Some say, you know, Ascent is a defender-sided map.
With this comp with the Viper, allows them to scale up with the smokes. And the breach utility is perfect, but JH doesn't get stunned. Gets out of the way just in time. Ritko sneaks his way across. And they should have free access towards this A side, but they have lost Vera, one of the heavy hitters. How do they hold in this post-ban? They have nobody towards this catwalk position. No flank opportunities as well. All of the players towards the side as well as A main. What is that protocols? They are out of utility. Ritko only has those 2 stake bites available. They've got to rely on their aim. It's lineups. Would there be any issue? A lurk smoke within the site just to buy them a little bit of space, a little bit of time, a bit of cover as well. They have to string this together in a 3-2-1 swing. They all find the frags they needed. Juicy Rees are 2 critical ones. Grumble and Ritko now left alone. The lineups coming through, but is there enough time? I don't think there should be enough time, but they're punching out one by one. They're sticking in the smoke, but Grumble gets them all.
Match
A
point.
spectacular 2v4 hold. I mean, we saw the way how smart ORGLESS was with that retake. You know, they knew for a fact that there was a smoke towards hell. There's potentially 1 or 2 players down here. So they went for a triple swing and instantly cleared it out.
Wait.
But DSG, they had the right idea, but just that post-plant hold, the way they all peeked towards main and lost their fights, leaving that single player trying to go for that defuse. I think that was a bit of a misplay, I would say, to invest that many players to go for the peak. But nonetheless, you know, they had a Viper lineup. I guess what they wanted to do was just get rid of that.
They knew it was just Grumble, right? They knew it was just Grumble there. Ritko was probably lining up his mollies. They should have gotten the trade onto Grumble, but Grumble, you know, a prodigy. This is his debut at the big stage. I mean, we've never seen him in the playoffs before. His first time here, and he's already putting up this kind of impact, this kind of numbers. ESG, 12 rounds in front of them, and 1 to their name. They forced up in this, and they had to. I mean, it is the last round.
They just have no choice at all. I mean, from losing 13-4 to Lays yesterday, you know, they have just kicked it up a notch. Everyone is looking so good today.
I was actually looking forward to seeing how Ritko would use this Viper on attack, because that Toxic Queen is really useful in getting access and pushing defenders back, but we hardly get to see any attack rounds.
Unfortunate.
Unless DSG pulls off the incredible right here, right now. Bryce with 2 impactful kills, but into the side is already flaring, and Dizzy J coming up from the smoke. And it's down to 1 versus 1. Dad versus boy. Old IGL, old teammates. Around the corner, and Wayne comes out on top with barely any HP to boot.
Oh, man.
But he finds his former IGL, and he gives DSG a little bit more of a breathing room.
With a stinger as well from that range. It's not the easiest shots to hit, but he makes it work. That's just a massive kills there coming in from Bryce. He managed to pick up 2 as they were coming out of that smoke. Impactful kills, as he said. But nonetheless, the trades just came back and forth. So great stuff here for DSG. Keeping 1 member alive, you know, that's not going to help their economy. You can see that even though they won that round, still, JH left on towards that Spectre, an Outlaw, a Judge,
Stay safe.
and 2 rifles for the side of DSG.
Oh, I did say that round was a must-win, but the economy is still not in a good shape, right? But Juicy,
frag.
with that Outlaw, will still one-shot anyone on the opposing side right now.
Revealing area.
As long as you can get him going, make sure it's a relatively clean round. Wayne, with that rifle they brought in from that previous round. Riza taking up the space that they just lost. They surely did not expect that. And yeah, Vera just going to be peeking into the Judge. It's an easy shot for Riza right there.
I'm very surprised that ORGLESS didn't go for that force. You know, they had the spike planted 2 rounds in a row. They know for a fact that they have so much breathing room. You know, you could force
Yeah,
up.
exactly. So
you know,
I think they're just playing it safe, right? They
Yeah.
don't want to give away too many rounds. They know that DSG are still a good team. The respect is given. Stun comes through, flaring. He knows that Riza is here, but tank down to such low HP. Dizzy finds a blind of a shot. But the Outlaw is here. The Outlaw will deal his damage, and so does Wayne, readjusting for the final kill. 3 rounds
I can hold
DSG.
an area pretty well myself. Make sure to
12 to
cover angles
3.
I can.
Everybody now buying up the weapons that they need for the side of ORGLESS, at least. I mean, just looking at the scoreboard, Dizzy, Grumble, Vera popping off
DSG
double-digit kills.
Yeah. I think
This
DSG need to
have-
fully invest in this, right? Even if they had Spectres, I think you just full invest because, I mean, you literally cannot lose a single round from here on out. Just you got to save a little bit of money, perhaps hoping to get an op later down the road. And it's still, you know, this Outlaw still packs quite a bit of a punch. Scan comes through to reveal anyone there. Red Cole's hiding within. Is he hiding within his smoke? Has he hid from the Outlaw? It doesn't matter. He's the only player on half shields and he will pay the price up against the Outlaw. It's a one-shot kill. Oh, but Bryce from the wide position wreaks havoc and alongside JH to back him up. Tag team duo. Dizzy left alone. 1v4, low HP, triple stack. Finds a kill, but that's all he's got to get.
It's great that DSG is winning these rounds, but they are back at, you know, it's match point here for ORGLESS, so they cannot make any mistakes. It's tough because DSG just don't have that much breathing room, but this time around, Juicy has finally got the op in his hands. Some signs of life here. They need they're 2 points away from Wayne's lockdown as well, so that's definitely big, especially since ORGLESS is coming in with a half bar here. Just upgraded pistols all around the board.
Yeah, we saw how great Juicy was yesterday on Icebox Co-op, right? If you can get that gun going, maybe.
Especially on the defensive side, he really shut down.
What's this wall, bro?
Next go, Red Cole. Okay,
I don't
never
think
again.
there's a cap supposed to be there, but no issue. For the time being, jumping around, Grumble finds the kill up to JH, trying to get out of harm's way. Bryce is low as well, and Juicy trying to get crucial frag towards the A-B position, but towards the shot, Vera finds 2 more.
Juicy still another one, but oh my goodness, not like this. Instantly flooded towards that A short. It's Wayne now, 1 versus 3. This was just half buys your upgraded pistol, just a bunch of sheriffs. But Vera makes that sheriff look like a pocket hand cannon, hitting some disgusting shots. Bladestorm as well used. Try to secure this round, this 1v3. All 3 players towards hell. What can you do at this point? Jumps down, he finds one, he knows there's one more. Can he win after shot? But a third comes out! Wayne! And Wayne keeps the team alive again. That's the second clutch to keep DSG here in the first map.
Wayne MVP of yesterday, and he's still going on today. 5 rounds and a 1v3 clutch. That is crazy. Let's take a look at that again. 3 players in hell. Right click. Lucky that it missed. Isolates these duels. The jiggle peek. And another clutch in his pocket. Final kill onto Rico yet again. And oh, Wayne just putting DSG on his back and just dragging across round by round.
17 kills. With those 3 kills as well, he secures his lockdown. That retake
Yeah.
potential is available. You know, ORGLESS is great at taking up space, getting themselves on towards the side, and it's always down to these post plants, always down to these retakes. That's definitely going to help them.
Price is such low HP here. Has to get out of there. Just drop a smoke and reconvene. They've lost quite a bit of real estate. They know there's a lot of presence towards A. There's no reason to fight this. Oh, and the Rolling Thunder going to be coming through. Pushes back the defenders really, really far. And a great smoke as well just to delay them. Just deny them vision. And into the side they go. Another retake on the cards, but this time it's a 5 versus 5. Wayne has the Killjoy locked down and no abilities on the ORGLESS side to break it.
Oh, how will they hold this off?
They can't. They have to all vacate. What lineups do you have? Redco on you yet again.
Oh, look at the flank.
One more flanking. There's one more flanking.
Expect the second player. Oh my goodness, he takes 2. Looking for the third. Takes, yes. But he will get traded out. But the numbers, the damage Riza has done is a little bit too much to handle. Wayne just sticking it in. Oh
Wayne
my
again.
God. The balls. Oh, can I say it? The kahunas on this man to just stick it while the rest of his team is just getting taken down one by one. Riza, massive 3K there. There was 2 players getting flanked. Dizzy was able to find that first player.
But not expecting the second, right? No way you think that there's 2.
Riza.
And then Flaring actually went on a lurk play, went around and wrapped towards heaven. And he was able to connect those 2 kills onto the side players, not expecting him to that position, but they themselves did not expect Wayne to just stick the diffuse in such a hectic spot. Scraping rounds away is DSG, but they still are. Money not looking great. Jage is only on this Spectre of his. Here's the teleport, gonna be using the fragment to flush anyone out of that cubby. And now the cob mid. They want to fight this? No, just dropping this flash, dropping the smoke just to buy a bit of time. The lurk coming in from Catwalk is Redco. We'll have to see how that fight ensues. Damage onto the side players as well. Redco, what's happening towards this Catwalk position, gets taken down, and that allows Riza to spring into action. His attention is turned, and he wants blood. He's looking for all the kills. 4 in a round. Riza coming alive when they need him.
Oh man. I think ORGLESS, you know, they decide to hit that A site again because they've been doing very well. Every time they hit that A site, it comes down to those 1v1s. It comes down to DSG pulling these massive miracle retakes. You know, Wayne 1v3, Riza 3K on the flank, and Wayne just sticking that defuse. You know, so it's down to these 1v1s, very small mistakes. You know, so okay, we can hit that A site, we can get the spike down. Let's try one more time, but. You know, winning those 2-3 rounds in a row there for DSG, they've gained the momentum, and holding that A site with is just so easy for them now, especially when Riza is popping off 4K in this round, 3K in the previous one. He's got the Hunter Shuri, 4 ultimates up for the side of DSG. They've just got to keep the ball rolling. That is 6 rounds in a row here.
And honestly, I think ORGLESS, you know, great timeout to be called here. I think they really need to reevaluate their playstyles. DSG has just been reading the executes. There hasn't been a lot of fakes being thrown in. This is not the traditional style that we see Redco, you know, liking to play. We know how good he is when he strings out these rounds. You have the Viper with so much denial of space with that Viper's toxic screen. You can see now he's just throwing it towards mid, towards Catwalk. It really pushes defenders back and denies them any info towards mid or Catwalk. And if he can get that going, yeah, ORGLESS should be able to take this, but perhaps getting a little bit ahead of themselves, you know, looking at that scoreline, what was it, like 12-1? Maybe getting a little bit overconfident. They have to reel it in. This is just a hero buy. 2 hero weapons on Flaring and Grumble. See what they can make out of this.
I mean, ORGLESS, even with just a couple of sheriffs, is enough to bring it down to a 1 versus 1.
Oh,
you know, Juicy will get hit by that fault line, but he will make it out alive. That's great UC utility usage there by ORGLESS. Remembering
that's what they need to do, right?
Yeah.
They need to push back the defenders, use their util, the breach, the Viper. Oh my god, no way, Redco? That's a dry fight through mid.
Taking down the clutch player, Wayne, right there as well. That's a massive kill. The Sentinel.
Look at Juicy though, look at where he is. They're fully clearing up mid, is DSG. Yeah, side they go. Dash through, lurk smoke in the side, but there's no one there to receive anyway. Oh, and the null command gonna be invested. It's pretty early. Do they want to go for a fast flood retake? Hunter's Fury just to deny. Just an eco round, but they want this round. They need this round. DSG trying their best. Spike still should go down regardless. No kills found. They're getting a little bit dicey. Grumble and Flare with the two weapons, the two vandals. Juicy, the shot down from the catwalk position from the door. He comes in. Viper's pit makes things a little bit weird, but Juicy has found all the players outside of the pit, and they are both stuck. Flaring and Ridco, both in hell. Tap on the spike, no commitment just yet. He dropped the Viper's pit as well. It's not planned for them. Awkward situation, and yeah, just a formality. Juicy, huge round from him with the op as well as the knives. A lot of ults invested, but at least they keep majority of their players alive.
Yeah, I mean, that's something you have to do. You know, you have to make sure you win every single round out, because one ult could just change things around. You know, if the null command didn't come out there by JH, this could have been a completely different round. Just beautiful stuff there. You saw the utility usage. Bryce with a massive paranoia towards that site. Juicy was able to kind of just come in, take control of main. He even found it Dizzy. He was playing towards A main. It's tough. It was a tough retake, but they make it work. You know, they had the weapons. They flooded perfectly. They used the utility so well, and that's exactly what DSG need to keep doing.
Yeah. Slow play around. I think this is the approach that ORGLESS should have had early on in this second half. They've let 7 rounds in a row get away from them. Over to DSG. They don't lock in right now. DSG, very real possibility of turning things in their favor. This slow approach, they've gained mid control. This is the power of the smokes. Denies so much information. I've broken as well, so there's no confirmation of how many players there are in this position. But as we can see, 4 players here. Juicy activating the dash. Is he going to find any contact though? If not, he's going to be stuck out in this position. Yeah, has to go for the dash. Reveals that the ARP is in heaven. The scan and the flash as well. Forces him even further back. But Riza finds Ridco down towards mid. And that allows the retake to get started. No lineouts for the Viper.
Wow, it's just no one playing towards A short. Such a hard post plan to hold. Wow, another one. That's a 3v5, and you know the retake has not even started. They're picking players off one by one. Good shot coming in from Vera, trying to just hold things down here. But look at them go, 1 versus 3 once again. It's down to Wayne. They're just able to win out every single fight towards short, towards heaven, and unfortunately, it's just down to the man himself, the Clutch King, but unfortunately, it's just too hard to hold. Grumble with the 3K. 12, 13 rounds now finally secured for ORGLESS. It was getting a little bit sweaty, but they managed to secure that W.
And what looked like an easy round win, right? They caught the lurk from mid. They themselves went for a flank and they got another kill based off that. It was a 5v3, but they fumbled the bag. The defenders the attackers defending their spike in the A side, they found all the frags necessary somehow, some way. And yeah, ORGLESS, they closed the book on that one. Convincing map win on the first map. Yeah, it got a little bit close towards the end, but you know, maybe they're just giving DSG a little bit of, giving them a little bit of hope. False hope, perhaps.
You know, I mean, it's great that DSG was able to at least bring back 8 rounds, was it? During the defensive side, and
7 rounds in a row, I think, and then they got stopped at 12-8.
Yeah, so you know, at least it shows that DSG are here to play. You know, even though they were kicked down 12-1 at one point, they're able to kind of bring it back, play together as a team, and they didn't let that they didn't just break mentally. You know, they were able to play so well together as a team. But unfortunately, you know, with securing match points so early there for ORGLESS, you know, one little mistake is enough to just flip the tables there, and that's what happened. Just great hold there from the side of ORGLESS. Let's just have a look at the highlights. I mean, this was just a very one-sided affair. ORGLESS winning out the half quite dominantly here.
Yeah, quite dominantly is a really nice way to put it. Was it 11-1? And the only round that they got, I think it was off the back of a clutch as well. A super close round for Wayne, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, these highlights mostly for the first part, all in favor of ORGLESS. despite getting a couple of opening kills just like right there, right? It was just super difficult for them to actually close out these rounds. They had the right idea. In this one particularly, they wanted to fight towards CT. Dizzy holding his ground. So many multi-frag rounds coming in the way of the ORGLESS members.
I mean, they're just so good, ORGLESS. Defensively, they have protocol for every single thing. You know, they leave mid open, but they've got players like Dizzy towards spawn with the aftershock, just getting ready to let loose. And even with the Viper split we saw from Redco towards B main, he didn't have to hold market. Instead, they closed the door and they put Dizzy in a position towards spawn. So they've been practicing this. Their position, their macro play around the map on the defensive side is just disgusting.
Very nice try coming in from Wayne. We saw multiple clutches coming in from the man himself, but not gonna be enough to pull them over and secure any win right here. Post plants, both teams actually, no, not the best post plant situation, but the first kills clearly in ORGLESS's favor. And those two clutches with DSG still not enough for a comeback. That first half was just extremely excruciating. If they gave themselves maybe 2 or 3 more rounds to work with, I think we might have seen a different story. But as it stands, this is the universe that we are living in. 24 kills and 14 deaths on Dizzy. Hardly see him on an initial role, let alone a breach, but he makes it work. Great impact right there. 2 first kills, 291 ACS. On the other side, Riza putting up numbers as well. He's been a reliable force with DSG. But today, at least map 1 is going to be ORGLESS's to take.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Dizzy, you can put him on anything. You know, as long as he has the aim that he provides, the utility usage is there as well. You know, he's always on either a duelist or the Cypher. On that Cypher role, you know, he has this,
duelist,
he has that traps to kind of help him out. He has the aim, so you know, putting him on this breach as well, not only does he help out his team, but he can also help out himself, you know, use the utility for himself, hit those shots. Just a disgusting, very well-rounded player here. Big pickup here for ORGLESS, and honestly, this man can go very, very far here if he keeps on putting up these numbers.
Yeah, but let us remind you guys, right? This was DSG's map pick in the very first series, so interesting to see that ORGLESS just completely dominated it for the most part. But of course, MVP going to Dizzy, I think well deserved. Didn't have the most flashiest of kills, but he was really reliable, right? Always consistently getting 2 or 3 kills whenever they went to his position, and you know, providing all the utility. We saw some really great fault lines, some really great retakes with the breach utility. 24 kills, 2.2 KDA. Fantastic to see on your breach player.
Yeah, definitely. Just beautiful stuff all around. ORGLESS really played it so well. And honestly, you know, DSG, they're down, but they're not out. You know, it's a best of 5. We've got another 4 maps to play out. You know, it could go all the way here. And even though they did lose very badly in the first half, 12-1, you know, they're still here. They're still here to play. And honestly, we're just going to have to wait, because the next map is going to be split here. Both these two teams, very strong. We're going to see what kind of strats they pull up, guys, right after the break. We'll see you guys in a bit.
One enemy remaining. Clutch. 30 seconds left. One enemy remaining. Flawless. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. Clutch. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. Spike down A. Spike down A. Spike down. One enemy remaining. 30 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
Welcome back to the VCT MYSG Split 1, and we are here with the lower bracket finals, DSG versus ORGLESS. The winner of this series, this best of 5 series, goes up against Lays tomorrow in the grand final. I'm FaZe alongside Cold, and we will be your casters here for today to bring this amazing best of 5 series.
Yeah, and we just witnessed what could be said as a pretty one-sided affair for ORGLESS on the map of Ascent. Yeah, it got a little bit close towards the end, but I think ORGLESS was just, you know, a little bit shaky on that attacking side. Maybe give away a bit too many rounds, but when they locked in, you know, it was pretty solid from there on out. But, you know, with that being said, it is just the best of 5, so there's a lot of opportunities for DSG to come back in this series. We're going to head over to ORGLESS's pick next, which is going to be on the map of Split. Now, pretty interesting, both of these teams pretty strong on Split, 80% plus win rate for both of these teams, albeit ORGLESS has a little bit more reps on it with better opponents compared to DSG. So with that being said, both teams still look pretty decent, and it's going to be a pretty interesting map to say the least.
Yeah, just looking at the stats, you know, DSG, they played it quite a few times, but most of it was during the qualifier stage, you know. Only once did they go up against PDF, which was in the group stages on Split. So like you said, maybe the reps from ORGLESS against these better teams, it might be the decider here. But nonetheless, both these two teams, they do like to play just the double duelist, double controller compositions. Not sure if they do change it out here today, but, you know, nonetheless, it is Split, that small map where the judges can let loose and go crazy in these corners. We'll see what these guys bring up here today.
Yeah, well, DSG has only played once, right, in the group stage, as you mentioned, against PDF. And they are going to be starting out on the defensive side. So I am a little bit more inclined to believe that they might be running a single duelist and maybe opting for the breach that they did versus PDF.
Ooh, not a bad choice.
I do believe that having a breach as opposed to a jet maybe would be a better option, especially on the defensive side. The utilities from breach is really, really strong, right? You can have those really long sidelines with the fault line, you know, hitting multiple places where you don't necessarily need to be in a line of sight, right? You can do it through walls, you can do it from the CT position towards mid, you know, stuff like that. And I do believe DSG is a lot more of a utility-centric, you know, team-oriented, organized structure. So running with the breach would really, you know, align with how they play, in my opinion. So I am expecting just a single duelist on the DSG side, but on ORGLESS' side, though, double duelist, not the best in terms of utility, but when you have insane fraggers such as Dizzy as well as Vera on those agents, they can really pop off and, you know, literally turn the tides of battle.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is going to be a fun match to watch. You know, DSG, they had a bit of a stumble up against the likes of PDF, and PDF they weren't exactly taking it. They weren't exactly the best team on Split, but they were kind of using these W gaming, I guess, up against DSG. It was kind of working out, It's just unorthodox plays here coming in. Agent Select going to be coming out here, and Dizzy going to be choosing that Jet. That's exactly what I want to see. Some the OG classic Dizzy plays.
Yeah, and ORGLESS has recently played Split as opposed to DSG, which only played in group stage, right? ORGLESS played it against Ninjas and Galaxy just the other day, and it was a 13-2 scoreline. Okay, and Ninjas and Galaxy, not a bad team in their own right, albeit Split not the best map, but still 13-2 is still a really strong scoreline. Running the double duelists, starting on that attacking side, they have the opportunity to really rack up a lot of rounds, just like they did in the first map. And if that's the case, then, well, DSG, they've got to rely on more than just Wayne in those clutches, right? They need to really lock in together as a team to stand a chance up against a very, very strong ORGLESS.
Yeah, DSG bringing out the double initiators, like you called, that's definitely very, very strong. Breach, one of my favorites to use on this map alongside Sky, but to have them both, it is just beautiful. Getting that, using the Trailblazer, if I'm not mistaken, that's the dog.
Yep.
To sneak out where the opponents are. The fault line is there, just ready to react to where they find the enemies. So it's a little bit of a combination they could use. We'll see whether or not they could keep up the form here. ORGLESS, they are one map. They've got that one map lead. DSG just have to bring it back. And on starting things off on the defensive side, you definitely have the utility to help you here.
For sure. But let's see how ORGLESS would like to take up against DSG's flood of utilities that they have in store. This Viper wall's very curious to see. It's an aggressive one towards B and a defensive one down towards mid. And as we just saw, the decay, the lack of vision really denies them mid control, but they're just walking straight contact into the B side, and it's Wayne yet again to receive. They're so low on HP, and this Viper Molly is just gonna help the defense even better. But with that being said, it evens out. The trades go back and forth, and it's down to a 3 versus 3 post-plan situation.
Yeah, Wayne was good for one more before actually getting taken out. Got the first player out of the smoke, and there we go. Information has been given to find that Dizzy is playing towards Pillar. Sorry, playing towards Hell, but look at the rest of the players from ORGLESS helping him out, not allowing him to get segregated. Playing towards Pillar, they swing out and get the players towards spawn as well. Just a beautiful post-plant hold coming in from ORGLESS, starting things off hot here on the second map.
Yeah, what a proactive push from ORGLESS within the site itself, right through the smoke. They realized that the player in Hell, if I'm not mistaken, it was Vera, who was stuck towards Hell, might need a little bit of assistance. They peek out the smoke together as a team, find all the necessary frags, and a little bit unfortunate for Riza, right? He was holding his guiding light out, trying to flash for his teammate, not expecting that over-aggression coming in from ORGLESS.
The double swing just definitely caught him with his pants down, but that's exactly the kind of the plays is ORGLESS is good for. They're always there to help out each other. They knew for a fact that it was Dizzy towards Hell. He's stuck by himself. He's got two angles to watch out for, Heaven and the player's CT as well. So instead of just letting him take those fights 1 versus 3, you got to help him out here. They have to go for the swing as well. So just well played coming in from ORGLESS. And now slowed things down once again. Very, very smart here, especially since they've bought up 4 rifles here in the hands of ORGLESS.
And no information exchanged between the two teams, just the toxic screens going up and down. And as you can see from the minimap, right, 5 players on this A side. Vera sees the fault line and he just lines them up. A little bit of damage taken on his side, but he hears the ultimate orb being taken up as well. There's definitely one more player trying to search for him, and they know he's low, so he's just running it, booking it for the hills. There's maximum 1 player towards this side, and Wayne has vacated it, trying to find that rotator towards that mid position. Grumble even tops up Vera, so not going to be easy pickings. It's a 2 versus 5. And Wayne gets spotted out. Last player standing is JH. Just the classic. No reason to give away this kill. And yeah, JH not going to let Grumble farm up his ultimate orbs. Another very clean round for ORGLESS.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's just gonna have to find another way to die to the spike, Staying alive here.
That's true, though. It's really far away.
So he's going for the long rotation. You know, if you guys want, he's not saving, guys. He's not saving. Don't worry. He just doesn't want to give any ultimate orbs. Vera, especially, he's 1 point away, you know, from that showstopper. But nonetheless, a great round coming in from ORGLESS. You know, they've got 4 rifles. They just want to slowly, at the end of the day, you want to stick together and... Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. It's Vera. Out of all the people he runs into, Vera gets the kill, and he secures the showstopper.
Oh my.
Round 3.
Of all people to run into, that was the one you wanted to run into the least.
Exactly. Oh no. I mean, Vera, he just instantly, the satchels, you know, not exactly what you expected as JH. But it is what it is. Great round there, picking up the 4K for Vera. Showstopper secured 6-0.
Looks like a fast A with the showstopper. Might be the perfect call. There's nobody within the A side, just Wayne jiggling out from heaven. Big screens and the orb right there, just a faint presence, just to get them access across without making too much noise, without revealing their positions. Here we go, straight into the side. It's free for the taking. Nice call by DSG to play a retake setup, aware that the showstopper might be of use. And while it is a free side given over, DSG are poised for this retake. When they have the ability to set up, they have been really, really strong, but there's 2 players towards this A main position. Outside of the smoke, Wayne finds a beautiful kill. A fantastic paranoia pushes them back though, but it's still a man advantage given over. Expecting this corner, they're playing it slow. The stun comes through on the side itself. A barrage of flashes. Grumble holds his ground towards his elbow position, fights on all areas of the map. Wayne adjusts his aim, and they're sticking the defuse around the corner.
Oh,
the satchel is perfect. Yeah, Rick called the lineups, but is it gonna be enough? You know, 1 versus 4 is completely blinded, and the defuse will be stuck. DSG with a convincing retake. They find their first.
Now just dig in and
that was
climb
tough.
up.
That could have gone really bad because 2 players of ORGLESS. It was just Redco and Flaring who was holding that very, very late A main position. But the barrage of utility, as you said, you know, the flashes, the fault line, aftershocks being used towards that A site. It was just super hard for ORGLESS to kind of find the space, a safe spot on towards that site. And eventually the flood just was a little too hard to handle. Great round there by DSG, keeping 3 players alive as well.
Yep.
Definitely going to help them in the long run here in terms of money.
Look at this toxic screen. So good at just delaying the push out mid, right? Now they have to invest this Trailblazer because they have no information. Usually just swings out mid, but thankfully for Dizzy, that trade frag comes in pretty fast.
Good lurk by Redco. Oh. JH just so aware. You know, you expect Dizzy to the shots from long range to kind of bait out the players from that fence, but JH was just super aware, super ready for that fight.
Rico thought he had the timing, but JH very aware as well. Flaring goes for his own set of timings, and yeah, ORGLESS slowly trying to find individual moments, individual timings. Not gonna be the case. DSG very much aware. The jump spot from JH, but Dizzy's ahead of the stun. Here comes the execute straight into the site. In the meantime, Wayne has vacated already, playing it safe, playing it correct. But Dizzy with a blind of a shot. Wayne takes him down low, but not low enough. 1 versus 2, Grumble. Does he have a heal for Dizzy? No, they do not. It's gonna be isolated fights. Low on HP, Reza clearing out this held position together with Bryce. Look at the flash. Out
What a play.
of heaven and down in a 1 versus 2.
What a
Bryce
play.
lays down the law. DSG find 2 in a row.
I love that setup. You put the smoke towards the corner of rafters there to advise you position to, you know, kind of swing out. And with that pop flash from Reza, it was just so beautiful. It caught them off guard. Not enough time for ORGLESS to react. Just a beautiful retake. That's their 2nd round in a row here. And well, ORGLESS, they're going to need to start looking for some answers here. I don't know if you noticed as well, but during that round, someone came into Dizzy's room and he had the time. He had the time to tell the person to leave and still get the frag on JH. Yeah, I was like, wait, what? This guy can do it all. Multitasking, man. Insane.
You can't really do much when your mom comes in and gives you some food, you know? You can't really say no to her. Oh, Wayne That is
Gun here.
very ambitious, swinging out the smoke by himself, expecting a lot of
Get out of
players.
my
Only
way.
good for one though. Reason's finding a timing of his own. That's dangerous if he wants to swing out there by himself. As a Sky, no escape
mobile.
mechanics, but he isolates those duels perfectly so. But he's stuck in this corner. Right swings
swing.
out together with Bryce, but they both lose their lives up against the low buy.
Yeah, that's what you got to watch out for when Dizzy's got the Blade Storm out. Grumble with that Sheriff, you know, it's dangerous. What you can't really go for these peaks. You have to play it smart. Use your utility to your advantage. That's what you have the double initiator for. And they just went for a massive, massive misplay. From a 3v4 to a 3v2. Hotline comes in. Flaring just
One
Wow.
enemy remaining.
successful layering there on towards the side. And Dizzy's good for another.
On V2, Dizzy repositioning. Knives in tow. But it's Juicy, of course, Ascension winner. The duelist of his squad. Tasked with the impossible. Flaring has gotten advanced
remaining.
positioning towards their CT. He isolates the first fight. But where has Flaring crept off to? Makes the sound of the drop. Flaring paying it patient. It's not planted for Evan, so he has to commit to the CT position. It's timing alone.
Oh,
Juicy
the timing
doesn't
is perfect.
expecting. Flaring plays it to perfection. It peeks out just when Juicy is not checking that location. Well done by Flaring. And it's a low buy, almost a 50s ground, right? There was only one rifle, if I'm not mistaken, that was purchased up.
With the Blade Storm, a couple of Sheriffs, you know, it was not the best buy, but they managed to make it work. Juicy, it was close. He had an idea that Flaring was playing towards spawn, but he had to make sure to clear backside because the nade didn't completely clear it out at
Yeah.
all. And just beautiful, beautiful stuff there. 3-2. Once again, a close game here so far. And not as one-sided as the first.
That's a deep Viper's Pit down mid as well. That's a lot of information. 3 players here towards A. Ritko blind
damn.
fires, kills Juicy. Doesn't even need to see his head. And he pops it right off, and he knows Riza is here as well. He saw the flash, the guiding light. So that's information. We know one. The Sky is going to be A. Wayne as the Viper, ulted in mid. The question mark is where JH has been. I think that JH even used the stun as well. But Riza's gonna be gambling over towards this B side, and it's the wrong call. ORGLESS, called by Ritko, asking for his team to reconvene towards this A side. They're gonna take it, and it's gonna be free. Nobody here to receive.
Easy pickings here, easy entrance, free real estate on towards this A site. Just a massive 2K by Redco there. Not only was he full blind on that second kill, but to just stop that aggression, just beautiful stuff.
Spike planted.
And ORGLESS played so well. You know, they managed to get the first 2 picks. And instead of continuing this default play, they just stick together as a team, use the numbers advantage, and make their way on towards that A site. A good call to save here because just look at the money here. Bryce left on 200 credits, Juicy on completely 0. You know, they're not going to be able to buy up to at least try to force here into the next round if they lose any more rifles.
Crazy, right? Ritko is the only person to get kills in that round, and that's it. The round's over. He lines up 2 kills, and it's a save. JH feels bad to be saving this Spectre, but
Gotta bring what you can.
that's how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah. It just shows that Valorant is just not about kills. It's not about, you know, getting the spike down. You know, you have to manage your money as well as a team because money goes a long way. It provides you the weapons, the utility to use in the next few rounds. And saving these 3 rifles here for DSG might be a
Wow.
big turn of events. Just beautiful stuff. That's the IGL, man. The IGL can shoot.
Yeah, at this level of competition, nobody, you know, is lacking in terms of the aim department. Sure, some players might not be having insane frag amounts, but you have to keep in mind, Ritko is calling an insane game as well. Some of that brain power has to go
Mid push
well,
from DSG.
yeah, to his brain. But yes, move very aggressive DSG. What is this? They want to take control, but that's exactly the call for ORGLESS to push into the B side. Wayne only good for 1. Oh, but Ritko
Wow.
can't connect the shots on the flank, and that's nice kill by Juicy. And That has
Planted.
caused ORGLESS to be aggressive on that take. They know they've lost the garage control, right? They have to take control of something else. Bryce, very aware of this. Is his crosshair going to be in the correct place? And does not seem like it. Grumble. It's a fantastic kill right there. Peeks into 3.
Last
Dizzy,
player
a
standing.
little bit over eager. And as a result, now Flaring's position is known for. And they're just going to stick to defuse. Yeah, he's a bit late to the party. Not going to be able to find anything more off of that. A fantastic mid-round push coming in from DSG. And they convert the round off of that.
Yeah, for Juicy to even win that fight as well on the player holding the flank, just a massive pinch on towards that B site. They were just not prepared at all. And saving those 3 rifles, you know, it worked out. Juicy was able to get two kills. One towards the outside of B main, one as he enters that B site. That could have been worse if they tried to go for that retake the round before, you know, 3 versus 5. So big call to go for that save and a big hold here on towards that last round. Money management is key.
Algon dog action, the paranoia and the nades come through, but Juicy's gonna be coming out on that on top. Fantastic frag onto the counterpart duelist. They want to push through this smoke.
Wow.
This is daring. Juicy lines them all up. 4 kills in the round. They just walk into his crosshairs. The ace for the duelist. DSG could not have asked for an easier round. 1 by 1 they come and they all fall down.
You see that setup? I mean, they had 3 players lined up for DSG holding that one angle.
Yeah.
And Juicy was just able to mow them down. They were just instantly walking into a firing squad. Beautiful smoke as well being used by Flaring. And they're just holding it down with ease. A secured by Juicy. And if anything, that's just definitely going to keep the ball rolling for the man himself.
ORGLESS try to do something fast, something quick, and DSG instantly shut it down. That is great for the confidence of DSG. Now they know, now they've gained ORGLESS's respect. They can't just bull rush anything that they would like. This one-way smoke together with the crossfire setup. Rice, in this corner, how long does he want to stay here for? JH providing a little bit of support. And this, as long as this one-way is here, it's going to be difficult for them to cross. Yeah. ORGLESS just going to let them have control over the garage position. They're going to try something else. Mid. Like the porter call today. Flash down towards A, by the way, from Riza. He's got information that nobody's there. Riza's coming over to help mid, and so is JH. Wayne calling for a little bit of backup, but they've lost Ben's control. Riza's here. Riza lines the ball up. Individual brilliance coming up from DSG through the smoke.
God.
It was an ace in the previous, and it's an ace in this one as well. Riza picks them all up. 1 by 1. DSG members finding their glory.
What a beautiful display of utility there. I mean, Snakebite from Wayne, JH from downtown. You know, he had the fault line towards middle as well, and Riza was just able to swing off of that. Just beautiful stuff. Fault line Snakebite sprays them down. Phantom moment. The crouch spray just so good. One more through the smoke as well. Just perfect stuff. 2 aces in a row. That's gonna help.
Look at him. He's so pumped. He's so pumped as well. Love that. And that's all, yeah, as you mentioned, right, it's all utility. Viper Volley, Breach Stun, all there, facilitating the race. ORGLESS, money not looking great. It's a weird purchase. Contact play up into vents. DSG has completely given up this mid position, expecting that ORGLESS might want to push them back after that round that they just witnessed. And yes, it's correct. ORGLESS heavy stack towards mid. But they don't have information towards A, so DSG have to put a little bit more manpower towards that site. And as ORGLESS clears out mid, looking for options. It's gonna be a B finish, a B spit from the heavens, spotted out as Wayne, but they're going past the utility. There's so much utility, Wayne just peeks off of that. And Bryce lines him up.
Down B.
Great counter aggression coming in from DSG just as the execute happens, and both prongs of the split gets cut off. Redco, 1v4. Spike lost towards A main. He knows Bryce is somewhere in the site. Gonna spot out his little hand, but oh, JH. Spidey senses tingling, looks to the ceiling, and he finds Redco's waiting arms.
Again, that utility just proving its strength. as soon as Wayne spotted out any sort of contact towards that B heaven position, the snake bite comes out. JH super ready with the fault line as well. They're able to get those frags. Bryce taking 2 after a paranoia towards B main. Just beautiful, beautiful stuff. You know, these guys are playing with their brain. They're not simply going for these dry peaks. They're not taking these 50-50 fights. They're trying to use whatever ability they can to help them win out the fights. And that's what caused 4-round wins in a row. 2 aces back to back. A near flawless round here previously. That ORGLESS just has to go for the timeout here. They have to find something.
Yeah, these rounds are slipping away. DSG are learning their play style. They're very adaptive. I love what I'm seeing from DSG. Usually, they are a pretty reactive team, DSG. They're quite defensive oriented as a team. They play really reactive. But I really like the aggression that they have taken on this defensive side so far. That early push down mid. They had the counter aggression on the execute towards A, counter aggression towards mid when we saw those 2 aces. And right there and then, again, great setup. You had the stun alongside the Viper Orb as well as the snake bites coming in from heaven and Wayne's aggression rewarded. That is what we need to see from DSG if they want to win this map. But ORGLESS, they need to have a good read of their own. What do they have in store?
Yeah, they're starting to be a lot more disciplined, a lot more team-rounded, and it's showing that the hard work is paying off, you know. Such a great team here, especially since they are a map down. They're really putting in the numbers. They're really putting in the work here to keep things alive here in this best of 5. Flaring in towards the smoke. Whoa, a phantom moment takes down 2 with the run and gun. The headshots just disgusting. That's a 3 versus 4 now as Bryce is good for 1. Vera, they do clear out this A-ramp position. JH is no longer in the mix, and the Viper's Pit has been popped off for the side of Redco. An almost near impossible retake. Numbers not looking good. Viper's Pit is up, and well, everyone else hitting their shots.
Yeah, fantastic work being done right here from the ORGLESS side. They realized, right, that they had free access towards this A side, a fantastic execute coming in, and they played disruptive. We saw Flaring teleporting up towards the heaven position, waiting within his own smoke, and a bit of a lucky shot on the second one, but that is the mentality that need to have, right? They're playing disruptive, they double push ramp, they cleared out heaven yet again, and it doesn't allow DSG to set up for those retakes. We all know how strong DSG are when they go for those retakes, when they have all the utility that they will want, they have their set plays, set retakes, they have to be disruptive. And ORGLESS does that.
Oh man, what a round. Trailblazer gonna be used. I don't think they spotted out Juicy here. This man has the showstopper available as well. They can completely leave A alone if they wanted to because they've got 3 perfect ultimates in the hands of DSG. Jump spotting here, Riza trying to go for a little bit of a bait, see if he can do something for Bryce, who's playing in towards ramp. But look at Vera go, just satchelating here on towards the side itself. Nades, and look at this, he's already made his way in towards spawn. So much space has been made. Showstopper gonna be popped off here. Juicy, can he find anything? No, not at all. But Vera finds a couple of players here towards spawn with his Showstopper. Not too bad. 3 versus 1 and an instant shutdown here as ORGLESS re-hit this A site.
JH 1v3, rolling thunder. They're all here in heaven. But just like that, they disappear into the vents, into the ramp, and they're unstunned.
Oh my
Grumble.
Lord.
Actually, still stunned, but still connects the shots.
Switching sides.
6-6.
I think ORGLESS, yeah, towards the end, they realized that because both of these teams don't have a Cypher, the double dive, the double duelist, Jet and Raze actually can get quite a lot of space. Right, when you don't have to worry about Cypher trips blocking the A site, you can just full send, just double satchel in, the dash as well, Omen TP into heaven. There's no trips, nothing to stop you. And credit to them, they found out the weakness of the A side. They found those 2 rounds when they weren't getting sprayed down by Juicy with an ace from the A ramp position. Once they have that piece of map control and they go for those executes, it's pretty easy. They play disruptive in the post run after that. Fantastic work from ORGLESS to realize that weakness.
Grenade!
Paint shell's gonna be used early on, a trade back and forth. Paranoia was also used by flaring here, so it will delay the push here in towards B main. Nonetheless, still a 4v4. They did lose Juicy. Both duelists actually being taken out fairly early on, but for the side of ORGLESS, still the Snakebite available. They still have the Trailblazer on Grumble, so a retake would not be too shabby, and that's what they decide to do. They leave that B side completely. They want to take control of mid instead. But look at this. The rest of the players, such a dangerous round. Oh my goodness, the smoke goes down, and they are just so ready for that.
What a crazy push from ORGLESS. 3-4 players down mid in the mid round, waiting for the poison orb to drop, and you don't expect just 4 players on the defense standing behind the orb in mid. There's a brilliant call after the contact that was made towards B main, right? The next logical approach was for the attackers to go through mid, and that's exactly what happened. Another great read coming in from ORGLESS.
And but for that orb to go down,
yeah.
And the 3 players mid just find themselves in a 3v4 mid. It's just not exactly what you expect, you know, if you're DSG. A brilliant read, man. So smart there from Redco. My word. That being said, winning out that pistol, of course, ORGLESS, they will have the better buy here. Just a full-on save coming in from DSG. Spike was not planted. You know, investing anything in towards this round is going to be tough because it's going to probably just leave you on light armor, half armor in the next round. So they don't really want this outlaw in the hands of Dizzy to do damage on their actual buy round. So taking it nice and slow, managing their economy very well. This judge in the hands of Redco looks very dangerous. This is exactly what we see on Split. A lot of the times the defenders like to bring out the judge, and it just makes work.
It makes a bunch of noise on the vents. And it just baits Wayne and Riza to both peek into his waiting arms. The judge makes him look like fools. And because Wayne and Riza actually had so much position towards Ram, they have called them back. But as they have done, the read is perfect. The spike has been dropped. The last 2 remaining players with just classics in hand. Redco's still there waiting and expecting.
You can't do much. Oh my goodness, especially if Vera's hitting those beautiful shots. 1 through the smoke, 2 tap headshots to close things out. And well, DSG now, they're able to buy up whatever they can. Full armors across the board. They know for a fact that there is the judge in the hands of Redco, so that's something they're going to have to deal with. So they might want to avoid these close fights, or they want to use as much utility as they can to make sure they clear him out, to take him out of the fight. Riza, the only player with light armor here, so this outlaw is very dangerous here in the hands of Vera, but full-on B stack here for DSG towards his B main position. Dizzy with the off. Wow.
Being aggressive, disruptive, ahead of the flash. And the utility won't flank, they just delay, but they're gonna push on this. A missed shot, a chance. Flaring can't connect the shots. Dizzy finds 1 more, but JH provides the cover. And the Heaven players fall down 1 by 1. Redco just runs in straight ahead like a maniac with the judge. He's found a little bit of leg room, a little bit of space. Farah providing long-range support from the Heavens. Trying to wrap around. That's crazy coming in from them, but they do so brilliantly. Redco picks up the other gun that can one-shot. Up in hand on the Viper, 56 HP.
Ring around the Rosie happening right now.
Stun misses. They know he's here. They know where he is. It's a matter of finding him. He isolates those duels. 1 more bullet left. It's him and Riza. IGL versus IGL, but he's stuck all the way towards CT. Does Riza have the
30
read?
seconds left.
Redco still wandering around. Riza could actually make his way all the way towards the A side, but he's just buying his time, making Redco second guess where he could be.
Redco's not
all
moving.
About timing. It's all about timing. Now Riza has to clear. He has no idea where Redco could have been. Redco in the meantime has just been circling around the site.
Oh my goodness. This timing.
Tap on the spike. Oh, Redco. A fake, but he has to commit now. Surely he has to commit. Redco knows exactly where he is in this corner. Sees the spike outline. And again, rain around Rosie. Ships in the night. Shot on target. Redco with the clutch.
That is just unfortunate timing. Back and forth, ring around the Rosie. They're dancing around in towards that pillar position. And you know, Riza has no choice but to try outplay. As much as he wants to delay, he has to go for that spike. And as soon as he gets that spike plant, Redco just has all the information he needs. So insane stuff. And for Redco to switch from the judge to that op,
yeah,
he gets crazy.
He is hit 1 HP here.
Wow.
The patience. He only had one shot left. He missed that. It was game over. Round over. That's the bonus as well for ORGLESS. Redco putting up numbers, putting up impacts. A fast push towards this A side. Vera helping out Dizzy. The double duelists dealing their damage. And Redco with another judge in this round wreaks havoc. But that's a chance. That's the mid player taken out. Wayne finds one more onto Grumble. Expecting this. Vera jumps into Satchel, but Wayne with a better shot puts JH in the 1v2 clutch. And yeah, JH has the spike, he has the B side, but he does not have any HP to boot. He will get his... Oh no, he will not. One off the ultimate as well.
He's got the judge in his hands. You know, if he gets at least one kill, he can instantly pop off with that Rolling Thunder. He hears both of these players now. And this spike is
no way, right?
Planted in the best position here for him. I mean, he's got a judge. He's got the fault line.
The smoke?
But flaring, just so aware, pushing up instantly, gets the tap, catches JH off guard. A close round, but 5 HP and a judge is just not the dream.
I thought for a moment that smoke might have helped them get at least one kill or something. You never know with the judge and the smoke.
Yeah, that's true.
This is nothing.
Ooh, tough.
Credit to Vera, right? He got that opening kill. We saw Dizzy being blinded with the AWP, missed a shot. He was surely going to be run down. But Vera from heaven actually provided really good cover fire.
Yeah, the
and that was what you need, right?
It was just perfect. He threw his nade,
the double duelist.
Great delay.
But again, right, Redco now with the judge again. This is a conscious decision, guys. This is not because he doesn't have money. It's 3.8k in the bank, but he's still gonna buy that judge. And he has the Viper's Pit, looking to put it down towards mid, and it's gonna be really, really difficult to get through.
Big Viper's Pit invested here. There are 3 players just behind this Viper's Pit. They know for a fact that he likes to play with that judge, and look at this execution. Very fast, Rolling Thunder. Flaring gets Juicy through the double stack, looking for another one, and Redco finds one middle, and it's just a complete shutdown here. ORGLESS looking so good here on the defense. Can they look for more? Dizzy shutting down Wayne as well. Man, Flaring is just getting these kills through smokes, through boxes. His game sense is just so... He's just so aware of where these players could be hiding.
It's impeccable coming for ORGLESS. They've shut down DSG at every turn, at every decision. 5 rounds in a row for this defensive side. They've got the read, they've got their aggression. And they're hitting their shots as well. This is a nightmare for DSG. What is the call? What is their options? DSG facing up against an aggressive offline. Dizzy in a very strong position. Wayne is stuck in this corner. He needs a little bit of help. Trailblazer will force the op off the angle. But still, they haven't gotten control over that ramp position. Redco spots out more players. Again, still using that judge.
I mean, it's been working time and time again. Why change it up? And especially since you're playing that mid position. You know, Vent's such a close quarter combat position. Mailroom as well. And he's got the smoke to separate the bottom of market and sewers. So he's just got free range of these with the judge. Very, very up close and personal with him. Gets spotted here. A little bit of information being given. And just with that spot, they're falling back towards this A site. He's trying to sell a bit of a fake towards B.
But it's working. It's working.
Oh my goodness. But Flare,
Selfless from Juicy. He gives away his life. And they're going into the AWP of Dizzy. Dodges the flash. Peeks out. Pops the knives. And it's showtime, baby. Up and above. Dizzy
Down A.
catches them off guard. Dash pop. And he's just gonna
man.
kill them all. Every single player, JH. Watching from the sidelines as his team just disappears into thin air. Finally shuts down Dizzy, but the time is gone. He has no more
10
time. The
seconds
spike is lost. And it's a brilliant one tap from Grumble to secure them their 12th round. One
Match point.
round away from securing the second map of the series.
wow. I mean, just a beautiful, beautiful hold there by Dizzy. You know, a lot of utility was being thrown towards that B site. Flaring was even able to take one of the players who are entering that site down, you know, and Dizzy was still holding the most passive angle just towards spawn.
Spike
They didn't
down
smoke
A.
off.
One enemy
They didn't smoke him
remaining.
off at all, and he was just able to get that first early pick. And with the mechanical skill that he has, you know, Dizzy on that jet, he's a masterclass.
Oh, mid push! What is
mid
this?
push!
Oh! Both Razors find their ults. But Vera's the one that's coming out on top. Still alive, still thriving. His teammates have gotten rid of Juicy in the meantime. And they're gonna go straight to the A side, but look at Ritko, the rat that he is. He's found the timing. He's in A main while they have the site. At the very least, he's cleared out the entirety of A main, right? Nobody's gonna be coming from that position. They know that Riza is still towards this mid position, but Wayne peeks off. Brilliant small little angle. And teleporting on top of the site.
That was
Bryce
Very
in a weird
dangerous.
position, but Dizzy expects the mid push coming in from Riza, and now they're gonna encroach upon this site. They're all stuck within the pit. Wayne and Bryce, the double controllers, back to back. They have to hit their shots. Bryce, they do, and so does Wayne. In his pit, in his domain. They hold on for just a bit longer.
I mean, who else? Who else can help you close things out like that? It's always Wayne. Wayne has been the clutch master. ORGLESS was so aware. They were so ready for that flank coming in from Riza, that late lurk middle. And they just had to clear things out, especially since Redco had full-on information on that A main position. They knew for a fact that, okay, A main is clear. We know there's one more middle. Riza has got to be coming from either spawn or from vents, and they managed to get that kill here on towards him. And the Viper's pit, of course, too strong.
Rico's actually just using the judge. He's only using the judge on this defensive side, and it's working very much in his favor. Dizzy, everything he's done so far has been successful. Not this time though. Wayne, the hero in the previous round, the very important kill onto the ARP. It shuts down a lot of sidelines, a lot of presence from this defense. And the longer they wait, the more options they have. Wayne spots out Grumble.
Toxins going up.
A lot of damage taken on this part, but it's a reset for DSG. They're heading back towards this A site.
That judge, man, a little too strong. He was able to get that first early pick on towards Juicy as well. Flying through his Viper's orb, you know, that's definitely going to be an easy kill for that judge. And, you know, people might say it's cringe, but if it works and you're getting that W, you know, man's doing what he's got to do.
It's 3 here, by the way. ORGLESS has
What
the
a
perfect
shot.
read and better shots. Vera lining him up. Riza with a crucial trade, but this is all it's gonna be. Redco with the last 2 kills. The judge flying in from heaven. It's 2-0 in the series. Redco giving hearts to the cab.
What
And ORGLESS
a
with an
game.
impressive 2-0 to kick off the series.
It was looking very good for DSG. You know, it was back to back. It was 5-4 at one point. You know, there was some signs of life from DSG. But as soon as ORGLESS, you know, they started using the utility, they went on towards that second half. The way they held down mid, how they got their aggressive peaks towards A main, used that op so well in the hands of Dizzy as well. You know, he's hitting his shots, not just the op shots, but also the Blade Storm, the Vera as well with the Vandal. You know, everyone is just starting to synchronize together to start hitting these shots and just really helped each other here through the line at the end. Just a fantastic hold there defensively here for ORGLESS.
I mean, it's crazy to see that Redco is literally only using the judge or the AWP. He doesn't want to pick up anything that has a spray. It's crazy, and they did not have an answer. And DSG did not know how to handle Redco with the judge. Usually we see Razors, playing with the judge, being very aggressive, but on the defensive side, on such close range quarters, when you can activate your smoke, put it down, play with the judge, Redco plays it to perfection. He has mastered that art of it. And, alongside Dizzy and Vera, those double duelists being absolutely destructive together. They're providing cover fire, they're providing utilities that are absolutely disgusting as well. And it's just the tale of ORGLESS overcoming adversity, overcoming DSG's adaptations as well. On the defensive side, it was basically flawless.
I mean, just the way he uses that judge, Redco is just so good. DSG were looking amazing. Back-to-back aces. After this round, they had a near flawless round. But as soon as the sides were swapped, ORGLESS was just so ready. They had their protocol, and they had the utility usage that was so freaking beautiful. I think DSG had to win a couple more rounds on that defense. But man, 6-6 half was just a little bit too tough to ask for.
Redco had to be the mastermind, right? It felt like every single round, ORGLESS had the right read. DSG was always walking into 2 or 3 players with really solid setups, and even when the chips are down, Redco pulls off this clutch, which basically seals the series, or at least seals this map at the very least. Impressive stuff coming in from ORGLESS right here. Again, Dizzy. I feel like we kind of forget that Dizzy and Vera in the server, because everyone on ORGLESS just finding their moments.
Yeah, definitely. Flaring, finding those impossible kills. TP on top of Rafters towards that A heaven position, getting 2 kills. 1 through the smoke, completely blind. Just everybody did amazing. That's 2 wins now. That's 2 maps secured by ORGLESS. All they need is 1 more. 13-7 victory. 12 first kills from the side of ORGLESS. Just beautiful, beautiful plays.
Ooh, and I don't believe that. Okay, I'm not gonna predict too many things, but I think Redco contributed a significant amount to those first kills, and if not the first kills, then the multi-kills with that judge of his. 6 out of the 9 post plants, ORGLESS won. DSG only winning 1 of those. And you can see here, MVP deservedly. Yeah, as I predicted, 4 first bloods on Redco as a Viper is ridiculous. Especially when you start out attacking. But I think he got a majority of those on those defensive sides as well. I think it was a pretty even split. I remember that round where he was blind, got those 2 kills towards A, and basically secured that round just off the back of that 2K. Impact kills, and on the other side, Wayne basically outperforming Redco in terms of stats. He really, really did his very best to bring DSG back into this map, but unfortunately, ORGLESS, they just look like the better machine, the better team in this map today.
Yeah, definitely super difficult. Oh man, Redco, I mean, it just that masterclass. The way he uses the judge with his utilities, he's playing mid. Instead of peeking down middle with most likely a Vandal or a Phantom, he has that judge in vents. And if they do provide any presence towards mid, all he has to do is bring up that orb, his poison orb.
Yeah. So much impact.
Yeah, instead of having that long-range fight, he just has to pick the players who are close to him. And multiple times we see Juicy trying to get that quick attack towards middle, towards Redco himself, but he was just so prepared. And that judge, as soon as that poison orb comes up, you get vulnerable, you get decayed, and he just goes for those one taps. With the judge is just master class.
Yeah, and I think we could see how DSG are very much a more defensive-oriented team, right?
Sure.
We saw them have amazing setups. When those 2 aces happened, there was so much utility that was being placed in with the breach stun, with the Viper snake bites, with all the smokes coming in. It was pretty solid. They had good reads, but when it came to the attacking side, I didn't see that kind of synergy, right? We didn't see that kind of synergy coming in with the utilities. ORGLESS played really disruptive as well, did not let DSG set up for any of those set plays that they wanted to do. They were always pushing mid, getting information, finding out where the commitment was going to be. And even if they had the executes and the utilities in place, ORGLESS were very much willing to fight as the execute happened and really stop them in their tracks. So amazing credit to ORGLESS. But that's not the end of the series. We still have one more map. We're going to go for a short little break. But when we come back, third map of the best of 5 coming up in just a little bit.
One enemy remaining. Clutch. 30 seconds left. One enemy remaining. Flawless. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. Clutch. One enemy remaining. One enemy remaining. Spike down A. Spike down A. Spike down. One enemy remaining. 30 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to VCT MYSG. And we've just witnessed a 2-0 domination coming in from ORGLESS. We're now onto the third map. And what might be the last map, depending if DSG wins this one, of course. It's going to be an interesting one. My name is Colden. Joined with me is FaZe. And after that split, honestly, DSG, I think they just need to reset their mental, right? That is the most important thing. They need to realize that, hey, it's still very much doable. 3 map wins is the number that we're looking for, but still one more map to go at the very least.
Yeah, definitely. It is a marathon, not a sprint here. And DSG, they still have some signs of life. They're looking very good on the defensive side, and especially since we're actually heading into Lotus, they're going to be starting off on the defensive side as well. So they might be able to string in a few rounds here and there, and maybe build up the momentum to just take that W here on that third map. It's going to be difficult because, of course, ORGLESS winning 2 rounds in a row, they're feeling confident, they're feeling good as a team, and you can tell that everybody is hitting their shots. It's not just Red Code, IGL, it's also Vera, it's Dizzy on that Jet. Just clean headshots with the Blade Storm. 13-8 on Ascent, guys, if you missed it. Super dominant. It was 12-11 at one point for the side of ORGLESS winning it out. But, DSG were able to bring it back. But in the end, of course, having basically no breathing room, ORGLESS will be able to take it back away. 13-7, just last map on split. And now it's all do or die here for DSG.
I want to point out something as well. Split at the half was 6-6. And then ORGLESS went on a 7-1 win streak on the defensive side. And a trend that we can see is that that 11-1 scoreline on Ascent, that 12-1 scoreline happened when DSG were attacking as well. So as you can see, DSG's attacking sides have been really lackluster, to say the least, in the past 2 maps. And if this continues onto Lotus, where it's a very attack-sided map, we might be seeing, I don't want to say this, but we might have a pretty short map for the next one if they really don't, tighten up their attacking sides. But yeah, let's take a look at DISGUISED map pool actually.
Yeah, Lotus.
Graphic, thanks to production.
Yeah, number 1 right now on the percentage-wise is actually going to be Lotus. They didn't really do that well during the group stages, but as soon as they came back into the playoffs, they fought up against PDF. They won it 13-7. They fought up against Nexka 13-6. They got the W on Lotus. And Nexka was the team that actually beat them during the group stage on Lotus 13-5. It's a very, very big improvement for the side of DISGUISED to make their way in towards playoffs. So this might be, some signs of life for the side of DSG.
Yeah, this is their most played map after all, and also one of the highest win rates. But it's not going to be an easy task, right? But if it's any map that they can finally get their groove, find that momentum, it's gonna be Lotus. Their protocols on the defensive side have been really solid so far from what we've seen of DSG. But focus again. My main focus, it's going to be the attacking side. But speaking about Lotus, let's take a look at ORGLESS's map pool to see how they fare on Lotus as well. Only 3 games so far, and interestingly, a 0% win rate for, I think, for the playoffs. Wait, okay, the stats might be a little.
Well.
Oh, this is during the group stage. Okay.
Yeah, because fought up against
Yes, okay, yes. I remember now.
They fought against Ninjas and Galaxy twice, once during the group stage, once during the playoffs, both games being 13-11. It was a close game, but it's Ninjas and Galaxy. That's their map pick.
Exactly.
Those guys have it at the back of their hands, and they just read the game so well. So 0%.
Don't let this number fool you guys, right?
Yep,
In context, there is a lot of details that we might not see, right? They faced Ninjas and Galaxy, as you mentioned, twice, 11-13 on both, and arguably Lotus is their best map. Disguised, they played them as well. It was a 9-13 scoreline, still relatively close.
Games, yeah.
So we can't say that they are bad on this map, right? That is
definitely
way
not
too far of a stretch. But it is still a fact that they have lost this map 3 times in a row. So maybe DSG has got something cooking. They have a read on how they would like to play it. They've beaten them before. They'll have to do it again if they want to stay alive in this competition.
Definitely. Backs against the corner. DSG, they're known to be the team that can bring it back. They're a very slow-paced kind of team. They might not look too good in the first half, but as soon as they get the ball rolling, Juicy picks up that op and they start rolling together as a squad, using the utility wisely. That's where things start to turn. That's where, DSG start to pop off. But nonetheless, agent picks going to be coming up. And as expected here, both teams going for the double controller setup. Single duelist, just a mirror comp, basically.
Yeah. So both of these teams run the exact same comp. Arguably one of the most popular comps right now, especially in MYSG. The Fade provides a lot of information and a lot of synergy with the Raze, right? You got the Seize Nade combo that is really, really strong at taking control of Rubble. You got the double controllers, of course. Viper has pretty much been the most dominant controller that we've seen in recent times. And so mirror matchup, it really comes down to how these teams play. You're not going to have any surprising utility. It's going to be the exact same as your comp. It really comes down to how you manipulate the map, how you draw rotations, and if DSG can win out on that attacking side. That is the main focus for me. But of course, ORGLESS, they are the ones going to be starting on attack. DSG going to be starting out on that defensive side, which arguably they are favored on. So we'll see. Very important. 2 maps in the series already garnered for ORGLESS. 1 more is all they need, and DSG trying to break up the pattern.
Definitely. And look at that one-way for DSG, taking that full-on mound control. 2 players here, 2 players towards B main as well. So if there's any contact towards either that C long or that B main position, you can open up the door and turn it into a 4 versus X. But nonetheless, smart call here coming in from ORGLESS to instantly just rotate all together 5 members in towards DSG Wayne. Tree is open. Prowler comes in. He's good for 1, good for 2, but a trade comes in from Grumble. That's going to be a good start here for DSG to open things up here. Can they make this work? 3 versus 2. ORGLESS, they do have the numbers disadvantage. The big nade to force Grumble out into backside, and they did win out that 2v1 fight. Flaring by himself, no utilities, one-way smoke towards Cubby, but can't really do much as 3 players want to swing. They have the information on where this man is. He's just trying to find the 1v1s, but they are not giving it to him. Bryce, great shutdown there. 1-0 here for DSG.
Yeah, it's incredible that Wayne somehow manages to find 2 in that situation. Really, really good for him to break the Prowler and still find 2 hits. And then the Flood retake came in. Great utility as we saw. The nade was perfect by Juicy to just disrupt them, break them apart. And then, a stable 3 versus 1 at the very end. And an important pistol. DSG need as many rounds as they can on this defensive side, their stronger side.
Placing sentry.
Second round should be a formality.
Turret destroyed.
Oof. Big nade. No armor, 70 HP on towards Wayne. He spots out the leg of Vera, but does not actually connect with that shot. Slow pace plays right now by Orgless. You know, that's the kind of team that they are. You know, they're not exactly the most rush-heavy team.
High-low off the contact of the alarm bot, expecting that Orgless will go in with the low buy into the B side. And yeah, they are correct. Instant wall up, nano swarms pop. And that's Vera already down Ridco, taking a chunk of damage as well. And just off of that, Orgless have to reevaluate their options. Into Bryce's domain they go, and he's up above. Unconventional spot, but he's got to be careful. It's the flood. The explosion might be a bit too much for him to handle. Never mind. Runs out of bullets.
Player standing.
But I'm sure that's enough damage already done. Juicy mops up the last two. And it's a nice second round for DSG.
Yeah, big 3k there for him, slowly gaining those orbs. Nearing the showstopper. 4 kills for the man, 4-0 right now. Grumble, right now the only player with the kills, but it's all right. It's just still very, very early on. Bonus round for the side of DSG. They bring back that outlaw which was on the side of Wayne. A single sheriff in the hands of Riza. Can they make this work? They're looking to get aggressive here. Paranoia towards A main. Open up the door to allow them to get the quick rotations, to allow them to escape if they do get flooded here on towards main.
This is the power of the Viper. You can see just one toxic screen forces defenders to opt for a safer position. And nice movement abilities allow them to get control of rubble without too much fuss. Of course, this is the bonus coming in from DSG. They might not have the best weaponry to go for these kinds of fights. Regardless, Orgless has pushed DSG far back towards this A side. They're gonna leave Ridco there all the way towards that door position on A, just to lurk. Meantime, the rest of the teammates heading over towards C. That's where only one player of DSG remains. It's Wayne. He has the outlaw. He can get a kill onto Flaring if he manages to find him. 125 HP. But it's gonna be rough either way. Doesn't have the best weaponry for this job.
They pull the rotation towards the C site.
Yeah, Ridco's cooking. Ridco's moving.
Trying to find something, but look at DSG.
30 seconds
Even
left.
though all the utility, the orb was taken, they'd still have 3 players here ready and waiting. The tree has been opened, the utility's being used, but right now, they're really holding things down here. They'll be able to get the trades, and it's a numbers advantage here in the hands of Orgless.
Oh, things could have gotten a bit dicey
10
with the
seconds left.
3 players on this side.
Remaining.
But as they run out of the smoke and mirrors, it's a nice trade coming through. And with Wayne, last man standing. Outlaw for the retake. 3 players standing for Orgless. A little bit of damage done by DSG, but still with 3 players standing, all good in the hood. They find that Nightfall on Grumble as well they could use in this round.
Definitely. That was the bonus round, remember, ladies and gentlemen. I know DSG didn't really have the best weapons. Riza had a sheriff. There was a stinger in the hands of JH, if I'm not mistaken, so just not great at all. This time around, utilities all bought up. Armor is available, except on towards the hands of Bryce, but nonetheless, utility is expensive, so you're going to have to compensate somewhere else. Nonetheless, look at this full-on aggression. Juicy managed to find one. Juicy with the second showstopper being popped, and they are stuck there in towards the seas. Somehow, Grumble.
How is
stays
Grumble alive? Oh my.
What?
He stands in the face of danger and just says no. JH spotted out, saw both of them, and here comes the rotate over. JH and Wayne, seen this duel before, Viper and the Killjoy. Dizzy wants to get a little bit advanced, a little bit curious. Nightfall invested just to tag up JH, and they gotta pivot. The thing is, JH does not hear any of this, but he's more than aware. Rotated over towards this B side already. Dizzy, spots a little bit of JH's head. They want to take the fight straight on up, and JH can't face 2 at once. Second round in a row.
Good rotation from JH, instantly rotating towards that upper B position. He almost found a timing on towards Dizzy. But of course, Dizzy's a little too quick with the shots. You know, this man, you put him on Jet, you put him on Breach, now on towards the Killjoy. He can do it all.
Placing alarm bot.
Yeah, great play coming in from August so far. It was a really hectic fight at the start of the round, but
surely
fortunately,
Grumble
yeah,
was supposed to
Grumble
get killed there.
was supposed to, yeah.
Cosmetic old man. Cosmetic. It's like Breach's cosmetic stun.
It's a bit scary that the haunt isn't being broken. Second time in a row already that they've been scanned out. Orgless should be taking note of all those positions. Maybe make someone a dedicated eye breaker. But it's just low buys on the side of DSG. A couple of sheriffs, a Bucky in tow.
Bucky, and it's funny because he's got the Bucky and he's holding C long by himself. He's going for the jumpy. You know, as soon as he spots any contact, he'll instantly fall back. Of course, play the close angles.
He's found himself in a pretty sweet spot, a little box right there. Riza in a really compromised spot has to just back off, but there's still one more player. Yeah, here they are towards the B main position. A couple of great shots coming through. The trades go back and forth. It's 2 versus 3. Vera with a crucial double kill right there. They're probably going to be spotting out a player towards the C-Lung position. That's exactly where Vera I want to lean towards. One more player coming in from the broken door. Spike going to be going down. Juicy. Ooh, nice nade to force him off the plat. JH needs to activate. He needs to find some sort of success. They note both players and they instantly go down. Spike not even needed to be planted for. And Orgless, a little bit dicey there, but they still recover the round.
Yeah, they slow it down. Take it easy. Take note on where these players could be. A decent utility usage there by Juicy, but unfortunately, you know, they still had a good 20 seconds left to try to go for that spike plant. But nonetheless, that was, you know, a bit of a half buy. Just upgraded pistols all around the board for the side of DSG. They will be calling the timeout. What can they do here? You know, they were able to win out the pistol the round after that, but as soon as the guns came out, Orgless really playing the map so well. Oh, man.
And I think a must-need a timeout right now. 3 rounds in a row, things are looking a little bit dire. You don't want to get Orgless up and running. You don't want to get that machine whirling. Because if they do, they just got to steamroll you out of this map and out of this series, out of this tournament. So, important to take this one here. Reevaluate the options. All right, Bryce has it from the shadows. You got a full buy this time around. They typically stack the Viper and the Killjoy towards the C side. The rest of the team sees nade, paranoia combo towards a rubble position to fight for it. Orgless.
They always try to fight for it, but they never really hold it. There was a couple of times where it was not contested. Bryce was able to take a main, but when they fight for it, when they use all that utility, they instantly fall back and give it up for free. You know what I mean? So
yeah. It's difficult to fully take control of this position if you don't have 3 or 4 players already committed very much in. And it's risky. DSG are a team that want to minimize that kind of risk. So unless they are fully committing to it, they don't want to give away early picks. Man advantage is very important on this defensive side. And as a defensive team, they need every round they can get. So just playing a little bit more passive this time around. And actually, the read is perfect. They don't see a lot of presence towards a rubble. So they're going to stack 4 of their players here towards the C side. And it's going to be the right call. The execute is going to be coming in. Shows up and Vesta, but he gets sniped out of the air. Wayne, a blinder of a shot. And how many players does Orgless know? Does Orgless know there's 4 here? That's the question. They open the door to feign that they might be heading towards the B side, but no, it's a recommit towards the C. Paranoia comes through. Rico can't see anything. Sees the muzzle flash. Still connects the kill, but Wayne flicking around on the side. He's anchoring it all down. 3 kills for him. The flood retake comes through. Juicy's here. Are they expecting it? Are they aware? They slipped in from Waterfall. Dizzy holds his nerve. Riza in a 1 versus 2, a clutch required from the IGL. They flick the plan. The Seas comes through, but Grumble's there expecting the peak. And Orgless, the double pump fake, causes a little bit of disarray, and that's more than enough for them to swarm the site.
What a re-hit. As soon as Vera got sniped out of the sky, you know, it was a massive kill there by Wayne. He was doing his best to hold things down. But they fall back. They open up that door that leads... opens up a passage towards that B side, and instantly they pull 2 defenders from DSG towards that waterfall position. And during that rotation, ORGLESS hit back even harder on towards that C site. Just insane stuff.
All right, we're fighting this time. Here we go. No eye this time. A change up in the eye position. That's great. Vera gets spotted out at the very least, but yeah, DSG can't fully commit. The Viper's wall on the attacking side is just way too strong. Yeah, you can't really push through that unless it's a full-on call. And they don't have the best weaponry to boot as well. Rough to call. Heavy stack on DSG here. Yeah, they have the lockdown. They want to go aggressive. I like this call, but it's risky. Rico gets caught off guard. Flaring answers back. He can't connect the shots, but Vera and Grumble both are there to receive. Unfortunately for DSG, a heavy stack of ORGLESS members will result in their man disadvantage. But still, most of the players, JH and Wayne, both alive here towards the correct side of the map. JH just staying towards this B side in case they decide to pivot. But ORGLESS, they're calling a pause. They're slowly taking map control back. Disney jumping in as the killjoy. See, he's not going to be finding anyone. Aware the backside could be a possibility. Wayne,
30
any
seconds
disrupt
left.
things. Peeking around the corner. Grumble's exposed.
Oh, hold on.
Grumble hears this. Oh, but he's caught with util open.
Oh.
Dizzy, thankfully with the trade, but JH's smoke is a bit awkward. Kind of knocks off his own sidelines, and Dizzy will pick that up easy.
House a little too close. A little too close for comfort there. Almost picking up 2. If he got that kill towards 3, that would have been a totally, completely different round. But nonetheless, it was a half buy. They did manage to bring it down to a 1 versus 2. Damage slowly but surely to the economy here of ORGLESS. But this time around, Wayne, he's got that Odin. There's 3 ultimates here to help in the retake for the side of DSG. But they have to find something here, especially
Change
since
it by
it is a
ORGLESS. They've been hitting A and C consistently. Only hit B during their low buy rounds. But now it's a full 5-man stack towards this B site. Open the door, Bryce. Oh, it allows Juicy to fire and that kill, but there's just too many players on the opposite side. ORGLESS spray him down. And just like that, they don't even need to commit. They force a reaction from DSG, and it causes them to lose their star player. Lockdown now invested to flush back all the defenders. He's just in a compromised spot. He's just gonna stay here. That's crazy. Biza going down with the ship. The captain trying to answer back. Finds the first one, but a great trade coming in from Redco is there. Here comes the plan. The retake has to come in swift. Coming in from the broken door. Grumble holds his nerve. Bryce with a great spam through the smoke. But Redco finds his ult. Viper's Pit is in. It causes disarray. Rain on barely any HP, but Vera somehow managed to scamper up into heaven. A smoke just to deter him. But still on such low HP, Wayne surely needs to bait in for Bryce, right? He has to be first. Where do they find him? Where has Ritko got off to? Is Vera still here? Has he repped towards C? A fake tap. The volley's great to deter. Vera! Great headshot. Wayne not enough HP to tank it. Ritko plays it to perfection. Smiles on his face. It's a beautiful round.
It was close, but just no cigar at all there. Vera had such an annoying position towards the top of upper B. You know, a bit of a crossfire. If anything happens, if they do take control of main, if they do take Redco out, he's still up there in towards heaven. That spike is planted for him. They did smoke him off. They had to try find at least an opening. They had to either push Vera towards upper B
or to fight one of them.
Yeah,
they kind of strung out. They didn't really know who to fight.
Took too long. Nonetheless, just perfect plays there by both the ORGLESS members. Redco, especially since he had the snake bite still available, just to delay the time. Just beautiful plays.
Again, expecting it to be A. Oh, Wayne hides behind the tree. Finds a great shot right there. But Flaring has somehow made his way into stairs. What a great position for him to be in. Jay's not aware of it. But Wayne is still here. Wayne is still fighting. Weird eye interaction. He eventually gets taken down by Flaring. But still doable. Flaring's on barely any HP. A chance for DSG to bring things back.
Look how far Dizzy is. He's gone for a massive lurk towards C, but he's coming in. He's hauling all the way towards this site. He should be able to hear these footsteps, and Riza is completely aware. Dizzy will get the right timing to go for the peak and get the headshot off. 7-2. ORGLESS not giving DSG any chance to come back here in towards the half.
They are not finding any success towards a rubble. I feel like they have never gotten real control of it. The only round that I kind of remember was when Bryce was, pushed up with the Spectre of his on the second round.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't think DSG has ever gotten control over rubble. And that is a major issue. If you don't have control over that portion of the map, it dictates a lot of your rotations. They have to win this out, and it's not going to be the case yet again. A brilliant opening by Vera, takes down Juicy. Riza claws one back at the very least, but they've lost Juicy in the process. 4 versus 4, it still favors the attackers though, and they have control over rubble. Dizzy, what a pick! JH is down, that's your B anchor, that's your person watching this B side of the map, and the lurk has gone through. Oh, but Riza sidestepping. A little bit of response, but they're heading over towards the C side. Wayne expects it. Wayne is fast on the rotate, he's here, it's util.
Found them. Found them.
Got the lockdown to work with. He can go for the retake completely if he wishes to. He will use the lockdown now actually to try delay them, to try put them in an awkward position. They do have a little bit of space, which is towards the elbow, towards the corner of Ben, but look at this, as soon as they open the door, they have line of sight. Will they be able to hold things off? 2 versus 2, each individually going for their own fights. Riza trying to save the round here for DSG, but this just does not work out. Grumble will close things out with that 3K.
So close, yet so far. Grumble is 15-5. It's for multi-kill rounds. So many in this half already. Try as they might, these rounds just slip away from DSG. The lockdown was really nice to flush them out into an exposed position, but because the defenders were pretty much split, it was almost isolated 1v1s. Again, rubble fight. They're trying it with the showstopper. Oh, Vera just lays down the law, but Bryce and Riza both find frags. So finally what feels like the first time in forever, DSG have a man advantage after a rubble fight.
Just never looked good here for them, and they're just walking up. They're trying to make their way. Contact plays being annoyed. Nightfall gonna be thrown in, and they look at Redco with that cheeky early swing. Grumble as well, hitting that shot on towards Bryce as he misses. Oh man, not an easy angle here to hold, but nonetheless, that Nightfall with a timing of Redco's peak, just pure perfection, just caught them off guard. Those players towards heaven. Redco looking for another, but JH finds an opening here in this retake. It's a 2v2 now. Can they make this work? Both players towards the top. Grumble finds another.
Player standing.
Traded out 1 versus 1. Hold on a second. Both killjoys. Dizzy trying to get the timing perfectly, but misses the shots. 20 HP on this man. He should be able to hear the shots. Wayne knows exactly that this man is low. I've hit him quite a few times. I just gotta go in for that right click. 11 HP, and it's always Wayne keeping DSG alive for the past 3 maps.
Wayne with the clutches, Wayne with the saves, keeping DSG's hopes and dreams alive for just a little bit. 3 rounds is not a lot of rounds. First two rounds gained thanks to the pistol, but there's only been a single round after that, and it was thanks to Wayne's clutch. In the 1 versus 2, they need this last round. DSG, we know them to be a defense-sided team. They gotta step up now. This round has so much weight to it. JH has his ultimate, and he's on the wrong side of the map, or at least for the time being. Bryce, brilliant shot onto flaring. It's a key controller out of the mix. Showstopper, they're going straight in. Oh my gosh, what a brilliantly placed ult. Vera opens things up. Bryce scampering for the hills, caught out no man's land, but somehow with the fadeaway shot. But they're still pushing forward. Vera still here. Riza trying as much as he can to hold back the forces, but Redco stands his ground. They're all tagged up and low, but they still get access to the site. JH has that Viper's Pit. It might be useful later. He uses it just to scale up into this waterfall position, give himself a chance with the shotgun. But it's all on Wayne yet again. The only man with a rifle on the hands of DSG. Around the corner. Molly's in tow. Peeks into two players. Gets an instant headshot. But he's on 1 HP and Vera almost gets the second, but Ritko is there for the trade instantaneously. That is teamwork to perfection. ORGLESS 9-3.
Back trades right there. Beautiful shots there coming in from Wayne. You know, being able to get that initial pick in towards Ben. Very, very difficult to do, especially since there were two players ready there posted up. But nonetheless, of course, the numbers advantage proved a little bit too strong, and ORGLESS was able to win it out in the end. They had the great start. They had the right idea. You know, Bryce was able to take down 2 before they even entered that site. But in the end, trades was just a little bit too strong to deal with. 93.5. Not the best scoreline here for the DSG. They have been looking great on the defensive side, but this has been super one-sided.
It's kind of a bittersweet situation. Ritko going up against his former teammates, Bryce, Wayne. And then Flaring going up against his ex-teammates in Kizuna. Bryce, JH, Visa, a lot of former teammates on the server. But ORGLESS, they might have to do him dirty. They might have to knock them out of the tournament. There's an A-side execute coming in. ORGLESS, they're here to receive in their waiting arms, but Juicy. A glimmer of hope. A scan on the backside. A nade as well, but Grumble finds the kill. They swarm in. Ritko, Grumble both find kills, but so does Bryce and Wayne. They trade back and forth. And Vera in a 1 versus 2 clutch. Wayne's on barely any HP, but he still connects the shot. DSG, they swarm the site and they trade each other out and they put a pistol on the board.
Oh, that was so scary. ORGLESS, a very, very quick swarm from Heaven, from Cubby, towards 3 as well. That everyone just came coming in, flooding on towards that site, but they were just able to really hold things back. This push right here towards the back of side, holy. So dangerous. Vera left in a 1v2. He tried to find the perfect timing to come out of that smoke, thinking they wouldn't expect him to be there so quickly, but they were just ready. They were so aware. Good start here so far. 9-3 is still doable. It's not an 11-1.
Ritko surely is done for, yeah. The most exposed position I've ever seen of a Viper. But it's okay, it's just an eco round. Still got rounds to play with. And DSG, they're not gonna fully come into this. This is what I like about them. But 10 opening pick, and now they can explore the rest of the map. They know that that has probably drawn a lot of rotations. Yes, it has. Look at the A site. Completely free for the taking.
It's still decent here, you know. The 9-3 is not a bad scoreline, considering that they came back 12-1 to 12-8 on Ascent, you know. So they still have room to maneuver. They could make a little bit of mistakes, but they're just, it's not that much pressure. It's not a match point here for ORGLESS just yet. So they have that room to work with, and this is kind of where they start to strive, start playing as a team when the pressure is on.
Okay. Now DSG just need to be careful not to get swarmed by jumping right clicks. Right. But it looks like it's not going to be the case. ORGLESS seems like they're just going to basically die to the spike. Don't want to give away any ultimate orbs to their opponents at all. They only have classics anyway, so death here would not result in any loss.
Where are you?
Definitely not. That's 9-5. Slowly but surely, DSG, they build up the momentum here to keep this game going, to keep this game close. Of course, they have to die to the spike to get the extra bit of money here. If you don't die, you only get 1K. And it's not exactly a lot. You know, you want to die to the spike or to the players, but if you die to the players, you give away not just confidence to the enemy team, but also they stack those orbs, and they're able to get their ult a lot faster than you.
There.
Bonus round now for the side of DSG. All rifles here. They want to take control. They have control here, ORGLESS, of this mount. Sorry, of this A main position.
That's great. Fantastic for the anti-bonus. Now they have information that they're not coming in towards this A site. Sees where the majority of the DSG players are. Opening the door just to get a little bit of map control. So now they've gotten Mount, they've gotten B. I want to push back the A players before they decide to commit to a site though.
Slow plays, methodical plays.
They're hoping for one of the ORGLESS members to just peek out a little bit too far, get their heads blown clean off. They decide it's going to be a B take. Fantastic. Beautiful flash paranoia. Comes through. Oh my gosh. Fantastic utility. This is what we know DSG to be proficient at. Spike will go down. Flaring around the corner. Stuck between two walls. There's so many players around him. Flips around it. Gets Bryce as well. That should be a kill for Bryce any day of the week. And Wayne has to hold down the fort. Flaring finds one more and so does Dizzy. It's all falling apart. What has happened, JH?
What?
It's got the mollies, but I think it's too far gone. They're gonna just stick it. Oh, he finds the kill though. It's a frag onto Redco. That's the diffuser, but it's already half ticked down. Surely just a tap and a swing. JH. Barely anything. So little to do.
Massive round there by Flaring.
What a destruction coming in from Flaring from the A site. He finds the kill onto Bryce and finds the second player that was trying to hunt him as well.
Yeah, Riza trying to push up towards that broken door position, trying to find him, you know, expecting him to be distracted by by JH, who was falling back. And man, for him to get those 2 picks before the rest of the team swarmed from CT, from that spawn position, it was just so well played. JH left in a 1v3 by himself. All of a sudden, his teammates just passed away. And all he had to do was throw snake bites, try spam through the smokes, try to get aggressive. But look at this positioning, this push coming in from DSG, taking that rubble control, not allowing to Vera to have easy pickings. Bryce as well, finding Flaring here, helping Juicy stay alive. 5 versus 3, and oh, look at this. Redco, what is in his hands? His favorite weapon from Split. He's brought it back.
Oh. Old habits die hard. PSG looking clean. The way you expect this angle from Dizzy. So they know where Dizzy is. They find Redco jumping from the heavens with that shotgun of his. It should be a clean round for DSG. They shouldn't want to lose any more of their players. Economy is important. The meantime, Dizzy, if you can save this gun, it'll be pretty solid because their money is not looking in a great spot for ORGLESS. So a save here is optimal.
That's exactly what they needed. You have to show aggression, be strong towards rubble. They're able to take it away this time, and it just shows that there is a weakness here in ORGLESS defense. They could find a bit more. Keep trying to hit this A side. They're playing it so well. You know, we saw just last round they were able to take C mound, take B main, take control of that A main position as well. You know, they're rotating as attackers through the map, clearing all these different angles. Just that last round, you know, just going full on ham towards that A side. You know, that's change of momentum, and it definitely caught ORGLESS off guard.
Yep, fantastically done. That Viper wall, the aggressive Viper wall that will be thrown out by JH, really segments the rubble position into multiple portions, and it forces defenders to peek out and get decayed into the unknown, right, if they want to fight for that position. So thankfully so, Juicy's one of his showstopper. They've got rifles in tow. It's just Dizzy with that safe rifle of his. If they can avoid him, it'll be a pretty easy round, right? And it's just gonna be him. Even if they do go into his site, surely just a trade should be good enough.
Dizzy has been known to hit some nasty shots when his back is against the corner, but look at this. Everything is being used. Paranoia, Prowler to clear things out. And that's exactly what Juicy needs. The assistance from his teammates. He finds a second here. That's Vera being taken out. And the confidence right now from the DSG side just raising through the roof as they take down these eco frags on this A site.
Okay, ORGLESS. Don't find too much damage. Albeit they did manage to force out the showstopper, which is not too shabby. But I think DSG are more than comfortable for using that ultimate. Flaring, we can find one on the way out. It's probably the most that he could do. Probably died to the spike as well. Yeah.
Too far away from the spike.
Hello.
Oh, okay. Well,
Close.
You know, decent effort.
Cigar. All right,
10,
DSG.
3 rounds, man.
Stringing a couple of rounds together.
Not too bad. You can tell that they're really trying to help Juicy find the entry frags. You know, Riza's Prowlers, Bryce with the Paranoia as well. They're usually centered towards the same area. This time it was backside. The other round it was towards the broken door on B. And as long as they can create the space, they can assist and initiate here for Juicy, and he's able to capitalize and get those kills, then there should not be an issue at all here for the side of DSG. But now, full on A rebel control, so much invested, all this noise being made. The spike is going to be planted towards B, and Grumble making a hero play to swing through the smoke, gets 2 while he's blinded as well. 4 versus 2, and a quick retake going to be coming in. Vera comes in hot, gets the kill on towards Riza, and it's a 1 versus 3. But if anyone can clutch, it's the Ben, the boy wonder himself. It's Wayne. Phantom in his hands, finds one, but a trade comes in clutch. What a quick retake. A fast-paced round by
crazy.
DSG.
How did ORGLESS run through the broken door smoke and still manage to out-trade DSG? That is something you do not expect. Like the first person going in, Grumble, yeah, fair enough. One person does it. But Grumble gets traded out. And ORGLESS, they are just bloodthirsty. They just go in right after Grumble saying, hey, we're just going to trade our brother out. And they did so really convincingly. It really caught DSG off guard, caught us off guard as well. Grumble sitting atop a heap of kills. 22 and 12 is the rookie player. Going up huge in one of the most important matches that he has ever played in. Flying with instant TP across, Odin spam, the nade for a bit of damage as well to force them back, and it's instant A control. 4 players and ORGLESS are here. There's nobody on the C side. It's just Dizzy left alone. Showstopper being invested, but Wayne shuts them down. JH expects the further aggression as well, and that's the cue to hit into the C side. It's just Dizzy left alone, trying as he might, but Juicy's jumped up into the box as well. Just like that.
Gotta be a save.
Great awareness by DSG to shut down the aggression towards A. It was pretty cool by ORGLESS trying to use the showstopper really deep, catch DSG off guard, but these few rounds we've seen DSG been more than prepared for antics such as that.
Yeah, the DSG, they had 4 ultimates into that in this round here. Nightfall in the hands of Riza, and thankfully, you know, with those picks from the side of I think it was JH and Wayne who was holding A mound, they didn't really have to invest too much. They keep 3 ults in towards this next round, and that secures them at least a couple more rounds here to string together.
Holding onto these 2 weapons is pretty important. Redco doesn't have a lot, his entire team doesn't have a lot of money. Dink not gonna be doing the job, JH. There to pick things up. 8 to 11, round by round. Slowly but surely, DSG putting their pieces together in a well-placed timeout called by ORGLESS to reel in the players, to really decide what they want to do. They have options. Dizzy, 2 off the Killjoy lockdown. Ritko has his Viper Spit. Grumble, the Nightfall could be used for a retake scenario as well. Definitely throw a wrench in the works for DSG. Maybe go for something creative on this low buy of theirs.
I mean, ORGLESS just trying to decide whether or not they want to buy up now. If not, if they decide to go for a save, you know, it's not too bad because they can take control of C mound or that A main to secure at least 1 point into the hands of Dizzy, because after that, if he gets taken out, if he gets killed, that's going to secure him the 2nd point. So he will, they will have full ultimates here, 4 ultimates for the round ahead.
It'd be great if they were able to pull out one of the ultimates on DSG as well, right?
Yeah.
If you could force DSG to use a Killjoy lockdown, a Viper Spirit on this low buy round, it makes the next consecutive rounds, significantly easier. You don't have to worry about one incredibly impactful piece of utility. It is just going to be a low buy coming in from ORGLESS' side. It's the call. 4 players towards this A side. They want to fight for it. Not sure if they want to commit to the fighting though, but we'll see.
Ooh, once
They
again.
do. Alright, instant back out. Yeah, you don't find an instant kill. You just have to fall back. Your weapons are not made for this job. DSG take it pretty comfortably. Rubble is theirs.
Dizzy just holding his
Redco's
A
pushing out
side.
C. Oh my god.
Dizzy's by himself here on towards his A
Wait.
side, so much. But look at this rotation. They're
In the
just
meantime, yeah, Wayne is being absolutely destroyed in the backlines, by the way. He manages to find 2, which is great.
3v3.
Somehow, Dizzy is still alive. The back of the side, he's barely on any HP. Tries to tank the nade and the Prowler.
Oh, man.
Rico tries his best.
Okay.
So close.
Flank goes down last. DSG stabilize. 4-man flank coming through. Wayne did very well to find 2 frags there. Thin out the numbers.
Definitely, especially when you see 3-4 players running towards you with a bunch of upgraded pistols. It is not easy. The numbers advantage, even though they might have a pistol and you have a Vandal in your hands, these guys are sharp. They're here to win. They're here to play. You've got players like Vera, Dizzy, and Grumble in the same server. You have to really be careful of where you position yourself, how you take those fights. And they did a very good job to hold things out towards C-Long, but nonetheless,
You should
9-11. A 2-round gap. Wayne! Oh my goodness.
What a read. Vera expecting that play, playing really close up. Instant nades. The Killjoy ultimate. And they're kind of funneled into Rico's ultimate. The Viper Spit still up and running. It is a troublesome ult to get through. And they don't have the best utility. Riza is out. That is your main initiator gone. You don't have your Prowler to clear this ult. You don't have the HOT to reveal anything either.
They traded the
Have to-
lockdown
Yeah,
for a paint shell and a kill in the hands of
that
Vera.
is incredibly
so
stonks
much.
August.
They still have the lockdown here in the hands of Dizzy. Redco has the Viper's Pit. Grumble has the Nightfall. A retake is surely going to be very easy here for the side.
And ORGLESS
ORGLESS.
expect this. They have 2 players here towards B. It's full retake setup towards A. Grumble, man of the hour. Kingpin of ORGLESS is here. Nightfall invested, but the showstopper is there. Flaring manages to find Juicy because he was tagged down low by the Nightfall. Gonna go for the plant though. They have a couple great ultimates that they could use. The lockdown on Dizzy mainly. Oh, but Grumble just peeks ahead of it. The trades are in their favor. JH, again, another clutch required. It's an awkward Viper's Pit that he has to put down. It does cover the spike plant though, and ORGLESS are gonna play the numbers by the percentage. The Killjoy lockdown is devastating. He has to run out so damn far. And he's completely on the other side of the map by the time this thing pops. And surely the pit is gonna have to go down. Yeah, he's too far gone. There's nothing. He might as well save.
Wow.
And it's 12 for ORGLESS, 1 round away from that coveted Grand Finals rematch against Lays.
I mean, the discipline right there for ORGLESS. They had the man advantage. Yeah, JH had the Viper's Pit. Very dangerous. Even in a 3v1 situation, JH could have surely turned that around. But Dizzy, he had the lockdown. Instead of playing that risky game, just puts it up towards upper B. It forces JH out of that position just to secure
the
that round.
right?
An ult. One ult is all it took. They had the numbers. They could have got greedy and they could have pushed them all together, 3-man peak, but they played it smart. So big
Here it
rain
is.
there.
An important round, to say the least. DSG versus ORGLESS, 9-12. DSG need to pull off 3 in a row to bring it into overtime to give themselves a chance, a lifeline in this lower finals. Presence towards A, they want to accelerate into the C side, but guess who's here? Guess who's waiting? And guess what gun he's holding?
Oh,
The
man.
IGL.
Him and his best friend right here. Close angles, Redco, Judge, they all just fit together. And not only that, if he has the Viper's Orb here in front of him, as soon as he hears anything,
It's the lone man here, though. The Prowler's surely gonna expose him. Smokes her up. Redco ahead of things. Finds the first one.
Oh, Lord.
And they're just falling into his trap. Thankfully, Wayne finds that conversion.
Placing
But has that been too much done? 3 kills already gone. Or at least 2, but 3 remaining players. Vera stands his ground. It's a 2 versus 4. Reasons are barely at the HP. Wayne in a 1v4. An incredible to do. But it's not gonna be the case. ORGLESS 13-9. They pick up the last map of the series. And they 3-0 DSG and push themselves into the grand finals.
3-0 all of the way. Just
Please sign
insane.
them. Please sign them.
Please sign us, man. I mean, you've taken out one of the bigger names here. And honestly, in a 3-0 fashion, that is not easy to do. These guys were unstoppable. They played it so well. Redco, amazing 2K at the end of that round right there to kind of just really help push them over their limits. Because if you're DSG executing on towards C side and a Judge takes 2 of your members out, you have to be
That is
pissed
heartbreaking.
off. Yeah. Just
He did
unfortunate.
impressive work there, Redco, at the very end, and it just set his team up for an impressive and very strong retake. But yeah, that is how the cookie crumbles. 3-0 is the scoreline. DSG are eliminated from VCT NYSG, and yeah, although it is the 3-0, we must keep in mind, right, that this is a new squad. DSG are a new squad, and there's incredible expectations and pressure being put on them.
Yep.
They're under the scrutiny of so many people, and even then, they still made it to top 3. This is not an easy region. This is not a region where you can just pick up a squad and secure yourself a grand finals appearance. There are very skilled teams, and DSG put up a hell of a fight. They had so many great ideas. They had so many protocols. The players very prolific in their own respect. But today, the better team won, and it's an impressive show coming in from ORGLESS.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it is what it is. You've got teams like Lays and ORGLESS who've been playing together for years, many, many years. They just know each other's. They have the chemistry. They have the confidence in each other. And you can see during this tournament, DSG, they were very, very rocky at the start. During the group stages as well, they weren't looking the best.
They
Lots
have
of
improved,
pressure,
right? That's the
but
main thing.
They have improved very, very big, especially during the playoffs. You can really tell that they're maturing as a squad and just playing so much better together. So, split 2, DSG, we better watch out.
Split 1 is important. Of course, split 2 is where you crown your Ascension winner, but at least your Ascension representative. DSG is still top 3 in the region. Nothing to scoff at. It's a really, really cool initiative to build this team. But it's ORGLESS's day to shine. It's their bragging rights. Wow. These stats are actually surprising to me. 15 first kills for DSG. Yet they weren't able to convert those into round wins. 9 out of the 10 post plants won by ORGLESS, 6 out of 10 won by DSG. But yeah, ORGLESS really clean today. They made sure to not drop a single map in this lower finals and set themselves up for that rematch up against FaZe. Well, not... I love to say that word. Up against Lays in that grand finals. And of course, MVP on both sides, Grumble and Wayne respectively. Both showing incredible resilience, incredible strength here on this third and final map. Wayne with 6 first kills as a killjoy. That is impressive to say the least.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just very, very difficult here, especially for Wayne, because he's the man who's usually keeping them into these games, always trying to go for those clutches, 1v3s, 1v2s. He's the man to win it out, and he did his best today. But unfortunately, up against a team like ORGLESS, even if you have those 12, 13 first kills in the round, they know exactly how to play together. They're always getting these insane, I wouldn't say lucky, but maybe some the perfect timing here for them. They always get 1 or 2 multi-frags, as they're trying to go for these retakes, or they're trying to get the execution on. they're just so aware of what possibilities DSG could throw at them. And ORGLESS, man, they're going to have to go for a rematch here up against the likes of Lays tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's tough. But, you know, they really showed that they're the better team today. They will have the momentum of winning out today to bring it out tomorrow. MVP, of course, it has to be Wayne. He played spectacular, man. Even though they did lose throughout the 3 rounds, this guy is just basically their Superman, their savior.
Yeah, he tried his best, and I believe everyone in DSG really did try to really bring it back for them. But unfortunately, I guess Rico's mastermind is just too big to handle. His reads were really on point. His coordination with his team, second to none. And you could really see it, you know, embody in those attacking rounds when they play so slowly, when they really draw out the utilities of DSG, and then they capitalize with such aggression. That spearhead of Vera leading the squad as well.
Yep.
It's a pleasure to watch, and it is an honor as well to cast them. What an impressive squad is ORGLESS. And yeah, bouncing back from that loss up against Lays just the other day. Now they come back with all guns firing. But with that being said, let's take a look at the brackets and how this playoffs has unfolded. You can see Lays on that upper bracket run, beating DSG, beating ORGLESS, making it to the grand finals. And on the other side of things, ORGLESS beating out Ninjas in the upper bracket, losing to Lays in the upper bracket final, and then, as we just witnessed, winning up against DSG in a 3-0 fashion to earn themselves that rematch.
Yeah, DSG, you know, they did their best. They got kicked down to the lower brackets instantly, you know, first match day by Lays, and they were just having this lower bracket dream run to kind of just make it all the way back to the grand finals, but they had to go up against the likes of ORGLESS, who just yesterday got basically stomped by the likes of Lays. You know, they do not want to give the same impression, the same performance as they did. They had to come back stronger, and they really showed exactly why they deserve to be in the grand finals itself, up against the likes of Lays tomorrow.
Yeah, they 100% deserve that shot. They have looked incredible in this best of 5 here today. And, you know, as a side little benefit, they get to hide 2 of their maps from Lays. So a little less VOD reviewing for Lays, but still. And a very impressive feat. Credit to Ritko, credit to everyone on his squad. It's a matchup for the ages, right? This is the top 2 teams that I think a lot of people expected to be in the grand finals, and the landscape has, you know, panned out as such. We will be in for a treat tomorrow in that grand finals. But that has been it from us here today. My name is Colden. This has been FaZe, VCT, MYSG. Tomorrow, grand finals. Be there or be square.